11 seasons as the offensive coordinator in Denver. The Houston Texans have won the toss. Philip Buchanan back deep as David Akers gets set to kick off for the Eagles.
Well, they got the towels waving right here. They've got the 50-80 rule in effect here at Reliance Stadium. Below 50 degrees, above 80 degrees. They close the roof and let people enjoy this thing in comfort.
The Texans' 5th season here in Houston, and we are underway. Eagles and the Texans, week 1. Kickoff taken out the 2 by Philip Buchanan, the former Raider, cutting to his right. Buchanan brought down at the 23-yard line by Greg Lewis following a 21-yard return, and Buchanan shaken up. So David Carr will lead the Texans offense out. Carr in his 5th season out of Fresno State, making his 60th NFL start. 2-2 on opening day.
About David Carr here. He's playing for an offensive-minded coach, a guy that played the position, played in Super Bowls. Little different feel for a quarterback here.
Philadelphia native Waleed Lundy in the backfield, a 6th-round draft pick, and he takes the handoff from Carr and gains 1 out to the 24-yard line. We check out the offensive starters. Only right tackle Zach Wiegert returns to the same position as last year. Mike Flanagan coming over to Houston after 10 seasons in Green Bay. Lundy along with the fullback Cook. Eric Moulds, the 4-time Pro Bowl wideout, signing with the Texans after 10 years in Buffalo. Carr to the air for the first time on 2nd and 9. And the pass is caught by the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, the fullback Jameel Cook, a gain of 1. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Eagles defense ranked 23rd last season. Darren Howard, free agent signing from New Orleans. McCoy, Trotter, and Jones, the linebackers. And a terrific secondary. Brown and Shepard, the corners. Lewis and Dawkins are the safeties. Texans have to get to the 33 for a first down. Opening drive of the game. Carr, good protection, and the catch is made by the tight end, Jed Putsier, the former Bronco. And Putsier gains 26 all the way to the 49-yard line.
David Carr got protected. Eagles came out with a max blitz right up the middle here. 2 guys, Dawkins coming here in the middle. They got protection. David Carr has not had that luxury very much in his first 4 years, and he finds his new tight end from Denver, Putsier.
Putsier, familiar with this system, played under Gary Kubiak as a member of the Broncos. Carr back. Again, good protection on first down. And Eric Moulds with his first reception as a member of the Houston Texans. Another Texans first down.
I think the most amazing thing in talking to David Carr and talking to the Eagles about David Carr is this kid is not shell-shocked. He was sacked 208 times, one of the most in history over 4 years. But yet he still shows up. He's healthy. He comes into work every week. He's got a good mind for the game, and you saw when protected, look at the kind of throws that he's capable of making.
Carr has completed his first 3 pass attempts from the Eagles 39. This is Lundy. And Lundy able to gain 3. Nahani Jones, Jeremiah Trotter on the stop.
You know, I mentioned that David Carr now is working for an offensive-minded head coach. Gary Kubiak grew up 5 miles away from here. Went to high school here at St. Pius, went to Texas A&M, coached and played in the league for 20 years. And so, you know, Gary Kubiak trusts him a little bit more than he did a defensive-minded guy like Dom Capers. He's played the position. He knows what he needs to do, and he's had great success with Elway and Jake Plummer in Denver.
2nd down and 7. Lundy up the middle, wrapped up initially by Trotter. Gain of 1. So the Texans now facing a 3rd down and 6.
This is not just another day at the office for Gary Kubiak. I mean, he interviewed here 4 years ago, before Dom Capers got the job. He didn't think he was ready for the job. Heck, he went and visited his whole high school on Friday night, St. Pius High School here in Houston. Gave a little speech to former head coach right there and to the players. So, you know, he's got his family here. His mom is here at the game.
Empty backfield for the Texans. 3rd down and 6. Carr under pressure. Takes off. Lost the football. Looks like he was ruled down. Now that can be reviewed this year. Down by contact is now reviewable, as Carr was down at the 30, about a yard shy of the first.
Well, David Carr, believe it or not, was 2nd in quarterback rushing last year in the NFL to Mike Vick. I mean, you have to respect his athletic ability. He's clearly down right there when the ball came out, but Gary Kubiak with his first big decision, and this is what an offensive guy wants to do: get the crowd involved, go for it here on 4th and short.
Carr on the quarterback sneak picks up the 1st down.
Well, I think you got to like it. I mean, the offensive line loves going for it on 4th down, but you have to give a coach confidence that you can do it. So this is a team that came out of preseason 3-1. A lot of people preseason, who cares? It's practice games, all that stuff. But if you're trying to turn around the worst franchise in the league, those wins in preseason are important, and they've rebuilt this offensive line.
9th play of the drive for the Texans. 1st and 10 from the Eagles 28. 3 receivers. Lundy, the lone back. Lundy cutting to his right, brought down by Michael Lewis at the 26-yard line after a gain of 3. So the Texans elect not to draft Reggie Bush 1st overall. They lose Dominic Davis, who gained 1,000 yards 2 of the last 3 seasons. Davis on IR. So they select Lundy in the 6th round out of the University of Virginia, and he makes the start on opening day against his favorite team. Grew up just outside Philadelphia, huge Eagles fan.
Grew up in Willingboro, New Jersey, went to high school at Holy Cross High School in Delran, and was a huge Flyer, Philly, and Eagle fan.
2nd and 7. Jameel Cook shifts into the backfield. Carr rolling right. Fires. Perfect. Molds. Touchdown.
That might be the best executed drive that the Texans has ever had in their entire 5-year history. Absolutely flawless perfection. And David Carr was perfect along the way.
Chris Brown adds the extra point. A 10-play, 77-yard drive. And it culminates with Eric Mold's first touchdown reception as a Houston Texan.
Southwest Airlines fun fares are available every day to your favorite destinations, starting at just $59.
You are now free to move about the country.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike you'll feel like you're there.
You mean I'm not there?
You're in your living room, Dan.
Oh.
With Samsung LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
Looking for something.
Where's the gold?
I got tired of people taking it. So I got a Visa check card. And if this gets stolen, I'm not liable for any fraudulent charges. And I get all that money back.
Give me it.
No.
Give me the card.
No. Oh, look, a unicorn.
The Visa check card. Safer, better money. Life takes Visa.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike, it's like you're at the game.
I love the smell of a grass field.
That's your lawn, Troy. With Samsung DLP, it's not that hard to imagine.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Very impressive opening drive for the Houston Texans. David Carr, perfect. 4 for 4, 62 yards.
You know, you can draw those plays up on Saturday night and look at them on a chalkboard, but it can't be executed any better than they just were.
Chris Brown's kickoff taken 2 yards deep in the end zone by Bruce Perry. Perry out across the 20. Eagles will start at their own 21.
More bars in more places. That's what people have come to expect from Singular. And now they can expect even more. Testing from the leading independent research company proves that Singular's all-over network has the fewest dropped calls of any wireless network. The fewest dropped calls. Proof that we mean what we say. Raising the bar.
Get full from Taco Bell's value menu.
Bruno, what is the holdup?
I'm full.
Not possible. You are hungry, Bruno. 9-time competitive eating champion. You don't get full.
8 half-pound burrito for warm-up. Hungry Bruno, full! Introducing Taco Bell's half-pound value menu lineup. Now fill up on any of 3 hefty half-pound burritos to keep your stomach and your wallet full. Think outside the bun.
You guys still playing?
How'd you do that?
Just a little something I picked up.
You must never spill a Bud Light!
And this is hard because... Gotcha.
Okay.
Sweet vest, dude.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Again!
Jeter and the Yankees battle the hated Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Bud Light. Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Gary Kubiak told us yesterday Eric Moulds brought instant credibility to this franchise. He's also given them a 7-0 lead.
Well, you know, their star player here for years was Andre Johnson, and he never had a veteran guy to show him how to do it. He wanted Eric Moulds to come in his 11th year and show him how to be a pro. Well, Eric Moulds is still a pro.
Now the first offensive possession of the season for the Eagles. They start at the 21, and McNabb's pass is complete for a first down to the tight end, L.J. Smith.
Okay, take a look at the fake here by David Carr, and watch what it does to the Eagles defense. Everybody bites on this play-action fake pitch there. Carr gets outside the pocket, got all kind of room to work here, but there's a breakdown right here in coverage. Nobody covers Eric Moulds across the field. He runs free, and the disheartening thing about this was that's all they worked on in practice all week was that bootleg, and they didn't get it done.
Terrell Buckhalter in the backfield. He's missed the last 2 seasons. McNabb on 1st and 10, and this is Buckhalter, brought down at the 31 by Dante Robinson, a loss of a yard. Donovan McNabb missed the last 7 games last season, highest winning percentage among active starting quarterbacks. McNabb in his 8th season. Jamal Jackson in the middle. And the Eagles backs and receivers. Dante Stallworth acquired less than 2 weeks ago from the Saints. 2nd down and 11, and Westbrook is met in the backfield by the 2nd-round draft pick out of Alabama, D'Amico Ryans, for a loss of 2. So the Eagles and Andy Reid now facing a 3rd down and 13. Good start for the rebuilt Houston Texans defense. Mario Williams, the 1st overall pick out of North Carolina State. There's Ryans, 1st pick in the 2nd round from Alabama. And the secondary with Robinson, Sanders, Earl, and Brown. Fans on their feet. Eagles have to get to the 42 for a first down. McNabb out of the shotgun on 3rd and 13. And the pass is nearly picked off by Lewis Sanders.
Well, the best thing about that was the pressure they got on McNabb. Working on the outside right here. It's a rebuilt wide receiving core right now. Working on the outside to Reggie Brown. Didn't come back to the football. That is a young player's mistake right there. Allowed Lewis Sanders to cut in front of him for that ball. I know McNabb's on the sideline telling him, come back to the ball if you want the ball.
Brown, the second-year receiver, led all NFL rookies in receiving yards last season. Dirk Johnson punting from his own 19 to Philip Buchanan from the 29. Buchanan out across the 35. Penalty markers come out. 42-yard punt, 7 yards on the return. Pete Morelli, our referee this afternoon.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Number 30, receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That's on Jason Simmons. Texans with a 7-0 lead and the football when we come back.
Checking out this morning's traffic. It's gridlocked all the way into downtown. All 4 lanes are...
A new level of strength, a new level of quality. Introducing the GM 100,000-mile warranty, a new level of confidence.
You're gonna get what you need. Gonna get what you need. You're gonna get what you need.
With courtesy transportation and roadside assistance, it's the best coverage in America from the biggest brand in America.
All they needed was a second chance. This Friday,
you want to start a football team?
Exactly. It's impossible.
One man will find the courage.
Let's try the impossible.
To give it to them.
If you accept this challenge, when it's all over,
gonna be winners.
now, prove to everyone out there that even though you're locked up,
You are somebody.
The Rock.
We change, not losers, no more.
Gridiron Gang. Rated PG-13.
Fox NFL Sundays, sponsored by Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. By Gridiron Gang, in theaters September 15th, rated PG-13. By State Farm, great service and great rates. You can get it all from State Farm. And by Chevrolet, America's brand, Chevy, an American revolution.
Texans leading 7-0. Same old story for the Eagles. Last season allowed the most first quarter points in the entire league, playing from behind again here today.
And he said that's why he had to throw the ball so much last year, trying to get back into the game after being down so early.
Empty backfield for the Texans from the 19-yard line. Carr under pressure, rolling right, gets rid of it. And Andre Johnson takes it up the sidelines and is close to a first down. Johnson, the leading receiver for the Texans each of the last 3 years. There's Dom Capers, coached here in Houston the last 4 seasons, replaced by Gary Kubiak. Texans select Mario Williams first overall. They passed on Reggie Bush and then lost running back Dominic Davis on IR. Vernon Morency in the backfield. He takes the toss from Carr and is met in the backfield, tripped up by Sheldon Brown, a loss of 1 on the play.
I tell you, the Houston Texans, one of the things they did was they talk about a system, putting a system in place. And part of that system is the running game that Gary Kubiak brought from Denver. It was started by Alex Gibbs. He's the guru. He taught it in Denver. He taught it in Atlanta. Those two teams have led the league in rushing each of the last 2 years, trying to do the same thing here.
5 different 1,000-yard rushers in Denver under Kubiak. Second down 11. Carr with time over the middle. Bounced away from the tight end Putsier. First incomplete pass thrown by Carr, who started the game 5 for 5.
Well, you know, anytime you get a new head coach comes in, he always brings some of his guys. So, like Jeff Putsier was the tight end in Denver last year. He had a big game against the Eagles when they hung 49 points on the Eagles in Denver early in the season a year ago. He knows this offense. Why you bring guys in from your former regime. They know the offense. They know how to practice. They know what the head coach wants.
Kubiak brought in 4 ex-Broncos. Now third down and 11. The give to Morency. And again is tackled for a loss. Sean Barber returning to the Eagles after 3 years in Kansas City. Made the tackle, a loss of 3 on the play.
Probably an unpopular play call on 3rd and 11 to hand it off like that to your backup running back. But you have the lead. You don't want to have any critical errors deep in your own territory right now. The defense had a good series. Put them back out there on the field.
So Chad Stanley will punt it away for the Texans. Brian Westbrook back deep for the Eagles, replacing the injured Reno Mahe. Westbrook backpedaling, takes it at the 26. Out across the 30. 5-yard return following the 48-yard punt by Stanley.
I've lived my whole life on the Gulf Coast, but when Katrina hit, I ended up in Massapequa, New York.
Roseville, Michigan.
Dyersburg, Tennessee.
We ended up in Aniana, Alabama. They chartered a bus and drove 300 miles to get us out of there. They told us we weren't going to be comfortable till y'all get comfortable. Turns out Tom is not with the bus company. He's with State Farm.
Just lost everything. I honestly thank God for Anita. She asked me what I did for a living and found me a job.
Without Cheryl, we would have been on the street. That money helped me to be strong for my children, and I really thank State Farm for that.
Mike made 4 round trips from Oregon to Mississippi to bring us beds and supplies.
All across the country, State Farm agents have helped.
And every day, we continue to help those affected by Katrina.
People say New Orleans was the forgotten city, but I wasn't forgotten.
How would you thank somebody for saving your life and turning it back around again?
Introducing the rebirth of cool. Gatorade Rain. Start crisp, finish clean. Stay cool in the heat. Gatorade Rain.
Tuesday on DVD. Bring home the film critics are calling explosive, riveting, the best thriller of the year. Lucky Number 11. Own it on DVD Tuesday. Rated R. Win a trip to Las Vegas for football's biggest game. Enter to win at lucky1111dvd.com.
Back in Houston, Texans leading 7-0. Donovan McNabb with a young core of receivers. Dante Stallworth is the veteran of the group. It's his 5th season in the league.
Yeah, but he just got signed on August 28th, so he hasn't been an Eagle 2 weeks, and that's not an easy transition to a new team.
3 wide receivers set on 1st and 10 from the 31. Brian Westbrook. Gain of 3 on first down. Down to the 34, C.C. Brown made the tackle. After 4 straight first-place finishes, Eagles finish in last place in the NFC East. They lose their offensive coordinator. Brad Childress now the head coach in Minnesota. And gee, I wonder where Terrell Owens is. Haven't heard much about him. And there's Dante Stallworth coming over from the New Orleans Saints.
I think we'll hear enough about T.O. later today as Jacksonville and Dallas get it on after this game.
So he's in Dallas?
Yeah, he's been riding a bike there.
Penalty flags on 2nd and 7. Haven't heard much about Owens during the offseason.
Causing the same amount of grief that he was causing in Philadelphia. Bill Parcells' headache now. You know, Donovan McNabb is the guy that has to kind of get over it. And he said he never lost the locker room. In fact,
False start, number 36, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
In fact, Donovan said that, you know, when he got hurt last year in the Dallas Cowboy game on Monday night, that he never left the sidelines, never left the locker room. He was there supporting his team all the time. He said he ended up having his first surgery that he ever had. You know, 8 years in this league, 4 years in Syracuse, never had a surgery before. He said it took him a long time to get over the season, though. He said he didn't get the invitation to the postseason. You know, it was like we missed that invitation to a party, and that fueled their hunger this offseason.
He said it was like the mailman never showing up.
Never got it.
2nd and 12. Here's Buckhalter up the middle. Out to the 37-yard line. 8-yard pickup for Buckhalter. As we mentioned, missed the last 2 seasons and 3 of the last 4.
Yeah, you know, what a story. I mean, it's just an inspiration to everybody, but that's the new guy in town, Dante Stallworth, and people want to say, you know, is he the next T.O.? Can he do what T.O. can do? He can't, but he is very fast and very quick, and he gets everybody's attention. Going on the outside right now against Lewis Sanders, he can run by anybody in this league, and they've got to find ways to get him the ball down the field.
3rd down and 4. McNabb pump fakes, throws. There's Stallworth. 1st down and more. Into Texans territory. Dante Stallworth picks up 23 yards on his first catch as a Philadelphia Eagle.
You know, under Donovan McNabb, they've never had the same receiver lead the team in receptions 2 years in a row. This guy has a chance to do it for a long time. You see right there the respect he gets on the outside, and Donovan had a kind of double clutch right there. The protection held up on him long enough to be able to get the ball out of his hands, wait for him to clear and get open.
Stallworth caught 70 passes as a member of the Saints last season. 1st and 10 from the Houston 41. Off the play fake, McNabb with time, and it is picked off by Jason Simmons. And Simmons brings it back to the 41-yard line. First turnover of the game. Only the 2nd career interception for the 9-year safety out of Arizona State, Jason Simmons.
Never saw him. Never saw him when he stepped up into the pocket, looking at the receiver all the way. McNabb looking up on the big screen to see where he came from. Still looking.
Can't talk now.
He's got
busy. I can't get that. I'm in the zone over here. Hee-haw.
You know how FedEx helped us with all our shipping needs? Overnight, ground, even the heavy stuff. And with fast, reliable deliveries and flexible pickups, I don't think Scott's gotten used to not being so busy.
Work, busy bee.
Grow your business with customized shipping solutions from FedEx.
What exactly does this class teach?
How to be a man.
It is time to kill or be killed.
His lessons are tough.
Spread out!
His methods are ruthless.
We know you broke him. I know these guys. They're not cops.
But his students...
I really like your hair.
Wrong answer. Who's next? Are not going to take it anymore. From the director of Old School, Billy Bob Thornton, John Heder with Ben Stiller. Remember me? Oh, damn. School for Scoundrels. Rated PG-13.
Tell us what you're into, and that's what goes into your Dell. Gaming? Heading back to school? Music? Editing? No problem. We'll match the right hardware and software to fit your needs. Call or go to Dell.com today to custom build your Inspiron notebook with an Intel Core Duo processor. Because at Dell, we don't build technology for just anyone. We build it for only one. You. Dell. Purely you.
The NFL and United Way have been helping to strengthen America's communities for years. Maybe you can give us a hand. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
Donovan thought he could get this ball past Jason Anderson, an unbelievable one-handed catch, and then he was able to pull it in with 2 hands and squeeze it before he hit the ground.
Sets up good field position for the Texans. They start at their own 40. Carr hits Lundy, but the second-year linebacker, Matt McCoy, was right there. Loss of 5 yards on the play. David Carr now 6 of 7 to start this game following that completion. Lundy, 8 yards on 4 carries, and Eric Moulds with the game's only touchdown.
Starting 3 rookies on this offense at key positions. Starting a rookie tight end in Owen Daniels, a 4th-round pick. Charles Spencer, left tackle, and Wally Lundy at running back in this offense.
2nd down and 15, the give to Lundy, and again he is bottled up. Darren Howard, first Eagle in on the tackle, loss of 1.
Well, one of the decisions Gary Kubiak did when he came here to be the head coach was he lured the former head coach of the Green Bay Packers, Mike Sherman, to come in, help him with the offense, help instill the running attack here. They're going to try and run zone stretch, zone blocking, where it's just area blocking up front with the offensive linemen, where really they're building a picket fence. And anything you do, games, stunts, blitzes, it's supposed to be able to eat that all up.
Now Carr on 3rd down and 16, fires complete to Andre Johnson, but he stopped well shy, about 10 yards shy of the marker, so the Texans will punt it away. Time winding down in this first quarter. An impressive opening drive for David Carr and the Texans. After winning the toss, they drove 77 yards in 10 plays, and then Carr hitting Eric Moulds for the touchdown. Brian Westbrook back deep, awaiting Chad Stanley's punt.
Westbrook, always a playmaker. Always, anytime the ball is in his hands, he has the ability to take it all the way to the house.
Texans let the clock wind all the way down, and they will take a 7-0 lead into the second quarter here in Houston on the opening Sunday of the NFL season. Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages and a word from your local station.
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But, Coach, what's the point of the Silver Ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Yeah.
Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I'm freaking out about this Silver Ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Get a 2006 Lancer ES for only $13,599 after a $1,000 factory cash rebate. This offer ends soon, so hurry to your local Mitsubishi dealer today. Mitsubishi, driven to thrill.
Human interest story. I won't look at you. I have no time for you. That beard of bees, it has no power over me.
Let nothing keep you from a delicious new Dunkin' Donuts Sausage Supreme Omelet. Not even that human interest story. America runs on Dunkin'.
Stop by Dunkin' Donuts and get a free medium coffee with your purchase of a Supreme Omelet sandwich.
At your Jeep dealer, it's all about the best in American and German engineering and design. Like the best-selling SUV in its class, Jeep Liberty. And Grand Cherokee, part of the most awarded brand of 4x4s. And right now, it's all about you. For the first time ever, well-qualified buyers get 0% financing for 72 months on 2006 Grand Cherokee. It's our best offer yet, so hurry into your Jeep dealer. That's 0% financing for 72 months on one of the best Jeep vehicles in the best Jeep lineup ever. Hurry in for this limited-time offer.
If you don't watch tonight's season premiere of Family Guy, they'll come after you like Peter went after that hockey coach. Oh, no clip? Oh, thought we had a clip. Nope, okay. Family Guy, part of the Four Fathers of Comedy premieres at 9, 8 Central tonight on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Donovan McNabb and the Philadelphia Eagles trailing the Houston Texans 7-0 as we begin quarter number 2. Good kick by Stanley, forcing Westbrook all the way back to the 5. He bobbled it. And now looks for a lane. Westbrook brought down as he crosses the 15-yard line. A 55-yard punt by Stanley. And now for a game break, we welcome in for the first time today and the first time this season, Chris Rose in Los Angeles. Chris?
All right, Kenny, the Bills doing it with D in the Dick Duran era, as in the first play from scrimmage, Tom Brady is stripped by Takeo Spikes. London Fletcher Baker used to be just London Fletcher. It's now hyphenated. Must have gotten married in the offseason. He recovers it, and the Bills lead the Patriots 10-7. Back to Kenny and Baldy.
All right, thanks, Chris. We wish Chris all the best this season, as well as Joe Buck and Kurt Menefee.
New guys in new places, huh? It's a new season.
And now the Eagles start from their own 15-yard line. Westbrook up the middle, out to the 21. Gain of 5, brought down by Moreland Greenwood.
Well, the Eagles are contending with the #1 draft pick in the NFL this year, Mario Williams. Just a big, strong, talented kid. You see the tattoo of Superman on his right shoulder there, right over here. They're asking him to be Superman, and he's not. He's raw. He's learning the game, but he's going to be on the field in a lot of different positions here today. The Eagles have to contend with him everywhere he is.
McNabb on 2nd and 5, gets rid of it to Westbrook. First down, out to the 31-yard line. He was forced out of bounds after a gain of 10.
You know, the only guy I think that got booed louder than Mario Williams when he was selected was Donovan McNabb. I mean, there's the tattoo there on his right shoulder blade there. And number 9 was his college number at North Carolina State on his left side. Good kid, very articulate. Doesn't feel the pressure of being the #1 draft pick. Knows that the camera is on him, but he's just going to go out and work hard in different places.
From the 31, play action. And McNabb's pass is caught, taken up to the 39-yard line by Westbrook. And you made reference to McNabb. When he was drafted back in '99, many of the fans in Philadelphia were hoping that the Eagles would select Ricky Williams.
Yeah, it was a running back quarterback situation, and we see how that has turned out. Eagle fans are very lucky to have Donovan at quarterback and, you know, the leader of this franchise, and they hope that Mario Williams will be that same guy here in Houston.
2nd down and 2 from the 39. Carell Buckhalter. Buckhalter has a first down out to the 47. So Carell Buckhalter running well in his return, a gain of 8 yards. His first game, aside from the preseason, since the NFC Championship game against Carolina following the 2003 season.
Nobody thought that he'd ever be back. I mean, he had 2 patellar tendon surgeries to his right knee. The first one just didn't hold well enough. The same doctor did the second one. Got a little stronger tendon the second time around. He has had no problem. Hasn't lost his quickness. And that's why Andy is pulling for him, as he is so many of the other guys in his team.
3 wide receivers. Inside handoff. And Westbrook gets the push into Texans territory. Williams made the tackle. You know, getting back to Mario Williams, the #1 overall pick, Bob McNair, the Texans owner, he said, if I were interested in selling tickets, I would have picked Vince Young. The fans would have been thrilled with Reggie Bush, but we must beat Indianapolis. We have never beaten the Colts, 0-8. We have to build our defense and pressure Peyton Manning.
Yeah, well, they selected Mario Williams and they picked up Anthony Weaver, the other defensive end, and now they have a 4-3 defense. They've got 2 good ends to do it with.
2nd down and 6 from the shotgun. McNabb, incomplete. He was looking for Reggie Brown. So the Eagles now facing a 3rd and 6 early in this second quarter, trailing 7-0.
You know, Andy is always going to believe in the passing game. That's what he did at BYU, at San Francisco State, at Green Bay, and so everybody, you know, run the ball more. And he wants to run the ball more. He doesn't want to be behind 7-0, 14-0 like he was last year, like he is today, where he feels like, he said, all the great coaches, Parcells, Gibbs, they always throw the ball more in the first half to get the lead, run the ball to preserve the lead in the second half.
4 wide receivers set on 3rd down and 6. Pass caught by Greg Lewis. And the question is, did he get to the marker? Gain of 7, forced out of bounds by Lewis Sanders. And Lewis did, in fact, pick up the first down.
You know, that ball was to Greg Lewis, and, you know, they have 4 wide receivers active today, only 4. And then Westbrook is always that guy that can line up at wide receiver, runs like a wide receiver, catches the ball like one, and produces matchup problems for different guys. But Greg Lewis is a good number 3 or 4 receiver like he is in this offense here.
And Brian McNabb, 6 completions have gone to 6 different teammates.
He's got Stallworth all alone.
Terrific ball fake. Dante Stallworth, touchdown. Now there is a flag. There is a flag back at the 37-yard line. What a ball fake by McNabb.
He hit it so well on the back hip, and nobody from Houston knew where the ball was.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Number 23, the defense. The penalty is declined. First down.
It all starts with the play action pass. Watch the ball fake by McNabb. Watch him hide this ball. He's been working on that this offseason. And then watch Stallworth here. He lulls them to sleep, lulls the safety to sleep because they think it's run. They can't find the ball. That's the first touchdown hookup with Dante Stallworth. If McNabb is going to play like he did 2 years ago, he needs Stallworth on plays like that.
A 42-yard pass play. And now David Akers adding the extra point. He's the anti-TO. He wears 18, not 81. And he has his first touchdown as an Eagle.
No sit-ups in the front yard either.
Pickup and SUV. Gasoline and E85 ethanol. Haul and tow. The all-new 2007 Chevy Avalanche, the most flexible vehicle out there.
Freshly baked artisan bread, real Genoa salami, lean ham, sun-dried tomato vinaigrette. Introducing Wendy's Frescata Italiana. For an Italian original, go to Wendy's and do what tastes right.
Are coming too.
Introducing Red Zone Deep Cleansing Body Wash, the active formula with microbeads. Cleans deep down to the pore.
I thought you said he was a fan.
Old Spice Deep Cleansing Body Wash. Nothing cleans deeper.
Boog, are you awake?
I am now.
Awesome.
On September 29th,
The hunters are here.
Hunters!
the fate of the forest, come on, let's go, is in the hands of Boog and Elliott.
I ain't going out without a fight.
Did he say the F word?
Martin Lawrence,
Now let's kick some hunter bahookie.
Let her rip.
Ashton Kutcher,
Y'all are crazy.
open season, rated PG. Also in IMAX 3D.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Wendy's new Frescata Italiana sandwich. Do Wendy's, do what tastes right. By Radio Shack. By FedEx for all your shipping needs. And by Chevrolet, America's brand. Chevy, an American revolution.
The Eagles have tied the game at 7. An 8-play, 84-yard drive. McNabb on the drive, 4 of 5, 67 yards.
Maybe that practice on Labor Day that Donovan called with all the receivers and backs paid off here today.
No coaches present.
No, just the players.
Philip Buchanan on the return for the Texans. Buchanan brings it back to the 20-yard line. 4 minutes gone by, second quarter. The Eagles celebrate as they have tied this game at 7.
Three screens, wireless, broadband, and TV are coming together. Another innovation from AT&T, helping you make the most of your world. The passion to invent, the drive to deliver. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Stop by Radio Shack, your home for Sirius satellite radio, where right now you can pick up a Sirius Sportster replay with Car Kit and start enjoying NFL coverage 24/7, 365 days a year.
Only at Radio Shack.
It's here. Come on, save yourself.
Tonight at 8, Fox rewrites history with The Four Fathers of Comedy. On The Simpsons season premiere, someone's getting a dirt nap. Dirt nap, eh? Then at 8:30, American Dad is back to protect the homeland.
I hope this is sweat.
2 season premieres starting at 8, 7 Central tonight on Fox.
All smiles on the Eagles sidelines as they have tied this game at 7. McNabb, 42-yard touchdown pass to Stallworth.
Said it's all about team. It's not about one player like it was the last 2 years.
Now the Texans from the 20 on 1st and 10. Play action. Carr firing downfield, and it's caught by Andre Johnson at the 42. A 22-yard hookup.
Andre Johnson, probably the best receiver that people don't know about in this league. Big, strong, fast, 3rd pick in the draft a few years ago, and now he has a system to play in with a veteran guy and Eric Moles opposite of him to take some of the double teams away. And right there, no double team against Andre Johnson.
Johnson went to the Pro Bowl 2 seasons ago. 1st and 10 from the 42. And the give to Morency, second-year back out of Oklahoma State, and he picks up 2 yards. Well, coming up Saturday on Fox Saturday Baseball, many of you will see the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees as they get together in the Bronx. How about the Phillies-Astros matchup? Philadelphia and Houston will do it again next week on the baseball field. Sox and the A's as well. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. The Phillies a game and a half out in the wild card race. The Astros just 3 back. Here's Morency, lost his footing and took it up to midfield, gain of 6, setting up a 3rd down and 2.
Oh, I think any offense that is suffering the NFL today should just go get Ryan Howard. I mean, you talk about offense, what he's done with the Phillies since July 31st, since basically the day they traded Bobby Abreu. That team has caught fire. And it's been fun. It's been fun down in South Philadelphia, getting ready for the Eagles season and watching the Phillies roar.
28 home runs since the All-Star break. Vernon Morency played baseball. He spent 4 years in the Colorado Rockies system. The question here is, did Morency pick up the 1st down?
Well, they're going up, he did. And he's going up against the Eagles' 2nd defensive line. The Eagles kept 10 offensive linemen and 10 defensive linemen early in the season when conditioning, the heat can be a factor. And so they've got their 2nd defensive lineman in there right now. They're playing. Jim Johnson, the defensive coordinator, has just as much confidence in that group as he does the starters.
From the Eagles 47. Carr can't find anyone downfield. Down he goes. Jaquay Thomas, the Houston native, who led the entire league in sacks during the preseason with 4.5.
Well, there you go. I mean, there's Darren Howard on the sideline, Javon Curse on the sideline. They're watching. They're like, wait a second. Here's Jaquay out here on the outside. Bad block by the back, Morency, right there, and that's why teams are reluctant to put backup running backs in there. If you can't pass protect, you can't stay on the field.
First sack of Carr. He was sacked 68 times last season, which led the league, and now penalty markers on 2nd down.
False start, number 77, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's the rookie left tackle out of Pitt, 3rd-round draft pick Charles Spencer.
See, now Charles Spencer has been a huge find for Houston. Everybody's trying to find a left tackle in this league, and he goes out there and he's playing against Darren Howard, and then, you know, it's a 3rd and long, and then he sees Trent Cole, and then he comes out for a series, and they've got, you know, another Trent Cole out there, or Jaquay Thomas. He's seeing the whole gamut of defensive linemen out there right now, and he's playing every play, and those guys are fresh.
Empty backfield now for the Texans on 2nd and 18. Carr's pass is caught and then fumbled by Kevin Walter, and it is recovered by the Texans, recovered by Steve McKinney.
Wow, you know, that Steve McKinney isn't even starting. He's rotating in at guard, and that was a huge hustle play. One of the reasons why you rotate in is because you stay fresh. Steve McKinney, a longtime starter here, beaten out by Fred Weary in a preseason because of some injuries. But look at this hustle. Ryan Dawkins couldn't get a handle on that football.
McKinney had started every game in Texans history until today. Beaten out by Weary. But as you said, rotating in. Now 3rd down and 6. Texans have to get to the 37 for a first down, and Carr is sacked again. 2nd sack on this drive. And this time it is Trent Cole, who you spoke about moments ago. He had 5 sacks last season. He takes down David Carr.
There's Trent Cole, but it's a full-out blitz right there. Nobody in the backfield. He knows he has to throw it. Jim Johnson came with an all-out blitz, and how about that for a backup defensive line? A sack by Jaquay Thomas and a sack by Trent Cole. Keeping the guys fresh and rotating them. It pays off later in the game, later in the season.
So David Carr, who has led all quarterbacks in the league in time sack 3 of the last 4 seasons, taken down twice on that drive. Play clock ran all the way down.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
You know, the Texans come out and they execute a perfect 10-play drive to start the game. They really haven't done anything since. You think, why don't they just go back and replay that script? You know, we talked to Andy about his script last night. Sometimes teams have great success with the script and then they outthink themselves. Why not go back to the same script that got you a touchdown?
Many coaches, such as Andy Reid, script out the first 15 plays of the game. And the Texans started this game with that 10-play, 77-yard drive. They took the lead, and then early in this second quarter, Donovan McNabb hitting Dante Stallworth, 42-yard touchdown reception. Eagles have tied this game at 7, and they will get the ball back. Fair catch called for by Brian Westbrook at the 25-yard line. 31-yard punt. Trent Cole celebrates. He likes what David Carr feels like at his arms.
How is it possible? Millions of tiny mirrors on something so small. I've never seen anything so colorful, so clear, so real. Have you? It's amazing. It's the mirrors. We have to show everyone.
HD TV powered by DLP. See how millions of tiny mirrors make the picture amazing.
Here at the Chic Shave Lab, we have been testing the new Chic Quattro Titanium in simulated social environments to see if it really is off the easy.
3, 2, 1.
Off the easy, indeed.
New Chic Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation than the leading brand. It's the only razor with 4 advanced blades made with titanium.
New Chic Quattro Titanium, the power of 4 meets titanium.
Dishing out his double whopper. Triples too, all season long.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by HD TV powered by DLP. It's amazing. It's the mirrors.
Both quarterbacks off to terrific starts.
No question. I think it's reflective of the type of preseasons they had. McNabb was outstanding in 5 preseason games in the time that he played, and David Carr looks comfortable with Gary Kubiak coaching him every play.
Eagles start from their own 25. Play action on first down. McNabb going deep for Stallworth again off his fingertips.
You can see the type of excitement that this tandem could have. Not for this just a year or next year, but during the next couple of seasons. One of the reasons why they went after Stallworth was He'd played 4 years. He's in his contract year right now. They believe they can give a second contract to Dante Stallworth. And just like when they gave a contract to John Runyon after his 4th year, that they can build him as part of the nucleus here and keep him around for a long time.
Stallworth with the Eagles touchdown. Westbrook and Buckhalter in the backfield. And McNabb swings it out to Westbrook. Gains just 2 out to the 27-yard line. You know, when Dante Stallworth was told that he was traded to the Eagles by the Saints, he's very close with Joe Horn, his former teammate in New Orleans. Joe Horn pulled him aside in the training room. He said, hit the playbook hard. Tell Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb you are ready to produce.
He also got Joe Horn to choke up and cry. He said he'd never seen Joe Horn cry, but that was his buddy. That was his guy. And anytime this time of the year, guys get traded, get cut, and you lose friends of yours, but you wish them the best.
Dante told us that he and Joe shared an intimate moment. 3rd down and 8. McNabb looking for the tight end, L.J. Smith, who makes a diving catch for a first down at the 46-yard line. What a catch by Smith for a gain of 18.
Well, that's a play that Donovan McNabb could not make most of the season last year because of that injury. What a catch by L.J. here. McNabb takes a shot right here. Going off his back foot, but getting enough arm into that football. Nice touch on it. You know, just throw it up there. Nobody out there behind him, one-on-one. Let your tight end go make the play for you.
Terrific athleticism shown by Smith. And now on first down, the give to Westbrook. Cuts to the outside into Texans territory. That is forced out of bounds at the 46-yard line by C.C. Brown after a gain of 7.
You know, we said that Gary Kubiak is trying to build a blueprint the way the Eagles have. And a big part of the Eagles' blueprint over the success they've had has been the tackles. I mean, William Thomas, the former Trey Thomas at left tackle, Westbrook just ran behind, and John Runyon on the other side. They're starting their 100th game together. No other tandem of tackles in this league have started that many games together. I mean, Runyon on the other side, 145 straight starts, counting today. You can count on him.
McNabb with loads of time, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Westbrook. And John Runyon began his NFL career in this city with the Houston Oilers. He is one of only 2 remaining active players, along with Steve McNair of the Ravens, who played for the Houston Oilers during their final season in 1996 across the street at the Astrodome.
And you know, and John, truthfully, almost wasn't a part of the team this year. The Eagles went after LaCharles Bentley from the Saints hard in free agency. It didn't work out, and they wanted a tough guy to be the leader. They thought LaCharles could do it, but without him, they re-signed John Runyon, and they're thankful they did it.
3rd down and 3. McNabb under pressure. He was looking for the tight end, Matt Schobel. He was wrapped up by Jason Babin, the 3rd-year man out of Western Michigan.
This is their speed front right here. Babin on the outside. He beats Runyon that time. There you go. You know, you start talking about an offensive lineman, and then they struggle. But when you're on the road in somebody else's house in a dome stadium, you can't hear. You got to look at the ball and look at a speed rusher like Babin at the same time.
Dirk Johnson punting for the 2nd time. Derek Lewis back deep for the Texans. Fair catch at the 15-yard line with just under 4 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter here in Houston. The Texans and the Eagles tied at 7.
The 2007 Chevy Tahoe. It has an available 320 horsepower. With the best fuel efficiency in its class. Tahoe, the power to give something back. That's an American revolution.
I'm told that I'm very photogenic.
From the director of Scarface.
No reporters view the body.
Comes the untold story of the greatest unsolved murder in history.
Who killed the Dahlia?
The Black Dahlia. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I am no one.
Okay, PC, what do you...
Listen, friend, it's not very safe for me right now, you understand? There's a lot of spyware out there. It sneaks into your system, follows you wherever you may go. In fact, take these.
No.
They'll keep you safe.
PC, honestly, I don't need them. Really, I'm good. I run Mac OS 10, so I don't have to worry about your spyware and viruses. You take them.
Yeah, you're right. I probably should have a backup anyway.
Yeah.
You never saw me. Never saw who? Me, PC. Oh!
Fox tomorrow at 8. The entire country is looking for them.
Hold on! It's back!
The net is tightening.
There's no going back.
And we guarantee somebody's going down.
You are going back to Fox River today.
An all-new Prison Break at 8/7 Central tomorrow on Fox. Viewer discretion advised.
Brad Garrett's new hit comedy proves in marriage, everything is negotiable.
If you let me buy the patio furniture that I want, I am all yours.
How bad is this patio furniture?
Till Death, all new at 8/7 Central, Fox Thursday.
The combination that hooked up for the Eagles. Only touchdown, Donovan McNabb and Deontay Stallworth as the Texans start from their own 15-yard line. Carr rolling left. And Brian Dawkins was all over the intended receiver, Joe Putsier.
Yeah, and the back judge threw that flag, and I don't think he had a good angle to see what Brian Dawkins was doing on that play. He saw it from behind. If that ball got tipped, then there is no pass interference.
Pass interference, number 20, defense, automatic first down.
Brian Dawkins said that this was Andy's toughest training camp since the first year that Andy came in. You know, that 6 and 10 stench that stays in your mouth, you got to get it out.
Carr now rolling right, in trouble, and he throws it away with Javon Curse applying the pressure.
See, now they got beat on the bootleg for a touchdown to Eric Moulds on the first drive, and now they're running that bootleg again. I think the Eagles have a better feel for it. They're not getting beat on that play right now. Of course, they practiced it all week, and so that defensive line, Javon Curse out there now, Darren Howard, Mike Patterson, they're fresh. They've had a chance to see it. Kubiak, who assisted Mike Shanahan for years calling plays, gets an assist from Troy Calhoun now.
2nd and 10. And Carr's pass is caught for a first down. Out at the 36-yard line, Eric Moulds, penalty marker down.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, number 54 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's on Jeremiah Trotter, back in his home state of Texas here, a little amped up, trying to put a little extra muscle into it. There's Trotter in the middle. Yeah, just a little extra shoulder into the rib right there, and flag 4.
So the Texans now in Eagles territory from the 49. Carr airing it out, looking for Johnson, and Andre Johnson makes the catch inside the Eagles' 10-yard line. Sheldon Brown brought him down after a 45-yard pickup.
Hard to believe that the Eagles would allow Andre Johnson one-on-one coverage against Sheldon Brown. Sheldon's looking at the quarterback here. No safety help in the middle. You see the size difference right there of Andre Johnson, and then David Carr, just a perfect touch on the go route. Dropped that thing right out of the sky. So that's a route that every quarterback and receiver works on every day. In the offseason, preseason, before a game, they work on that route.
2 tight ends, Daniels and Bruner. 1st and goal, Texans from the 5. Lundy, and he is hit for a loss. Mike Patterson breaking through, loss of 1 on the play as the clock will wind down and Carr heads for the sidelines to chat with Gary Kubiak. Texans facing a 2nd and goal from the 6 as we hit the 2-minute warning in Houston. Eagles and Texans tied at 7.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Visa. Go on, live life. And remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
Life takes ambition. Life takes luck. It takes determination. It takes confidence, respect, and talent. Life takes joy and spontaneity. It also takes a little help. That's where we come in. So go on, live life. And remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
So DirecTV's got this super fan business that lets you watch 8 NFL games on one screen. If I watch all the games on Sunday, what am I going to read about in the John on Monday?
8 NFL games on one screen. Game mix from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
What I love about Star Wars is it brings the whole family together.
I would love to be Luke.
Yoda.
Princess Leia, sometimes I even wear my hair like her.
The Star Wars trilogy is now available on individual DVDs for a limited time only, September 12.
Mom, can we please get a Wookiee?
It's here.
Come on, save yourself.
Okay, huddle up. Pate, take the mulch. Dad, grab a rake. I'll bring the bags and the petunias. Ready?
It's movie time, boys. Eli, you go popcorn. Butter, no salt. Peyton, you dim the lights. Not too dark, not too bright. I got dibs on the recliner.
Ready? Eggs, skillet, spatula. Ready? Check it to pancakes. Pancakes.
Wear what the pros wear. Go to NFLshop.com for official NFL gear.
If you're man-to-man against Andre Johnson, this is not a good technique to play like Sheldon Brown has on the big play. He's looking at the quarterback, feeling the receiver. Now he's already beat. The technique got him beat early in that route. You got a man-to-man, get up in front of him, reroute him, and run with him. But don't let him just run by you and then try to catch up to Andre Johnson. You're not going to catch him.
Now 2nd and goal from the 6. Carr in trouble. Down he goes.
Good blitz by Jim Johnson that time. Coming to the backside of David Carr. Sometimes a successful blitz is it's a timing thing. It's unexpected. Right here, David Carr thinks he's protected on the backside. And believe me, if Michael Lewis didn't get there, Darren Howard was going to get there. But you know, when you come in getting ready for the Houston Texans, you know that this is the most sacked quarterback in the league last year, the last 4 years. There's going to be opportunities because he's going to hold the ball too long. So guys start salivating, getting ready every single play, knowing that you can get him. But you've seen, if you give David Carr time, he can beat you.
David Carr sacked for the 3rd time in this 2nd quarter. Texans use their first timeout with 1:14 remaining in the first half. Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report, Kurt Menefee will join Terry, Howie, and Jimmy with scores and highlights from around the National Football League. And the Fox Sports Ticker will keep you updated with up to the second stats. It's all coming up on the Visa Halftime Report.
Well, you know, we're taking our pregame show on the road today. Jack Del Rio, the head coach of Jacksonville, sat down with his former head coach Jimmy Johnson on the set. They'll be in Philadelphia, out at Lincoln Financial Field next Sunday, getting ready for the Giants and the Eagles home opener. It's going to be exciting all year long.
Pre-game show on the road of the Cowboys and Jaguars coming up after this game on Fox. 3rd and goal from the 16. Carr can't find anyone, and he throws it away under pressure that time from Jeremiah Trotter.
Well, the coverage was good. The protection didn't really break down. There's just nobody to go with the ball, and then Trotter, just coming from his linebacker position, came to put pressure on him. But they got the big play in that drive to put him in position here to get 3 points.
Chris Brown out to attempt a 34-yard field goal. Chad Stanley is the holder. Brian Pittman will snap it. This is for the lead. Texans 10 and the Eagles 7. Well, coming up in the second game of our Fox doubleheader, the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Our pregame show on the road in Jacksonville earlier today. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman will have the call. The Cowboys and the Jaguars coming up on Fox.
That's the first picture of Terrell Owens that we've seen today. Of course, probably as has been all summer. I mean, the biggest story in the NFL, how he's going to fit in with Bill Parcells. Is he ready to go? Can he practice?
Remember the last game he played in Jacksonville?
Absolutely. That was Super Bowl Sunday. Eagles trip to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. 8 catches that game coming back from a broken ankle. Kind of started a tumultuous offseason that ended up in a nightmare of a season a year ago. Andy Reid said, you know, I believe in taking chances. He doesn't regret what he did. It didn't turn out good in the end, but they did get to a Super Bowl. Andy Reid and the Eagles and the fans had the most fantastic season they've had since 1980 in Philadelphia. But as the Cowboys are finding out, sometimes the best laid plans, they don't always work out.
Browns kickoff taken at the 4 by Bruce Perry. Perry stopped shy of the 20-yard line. Special teams tackle made by another one of those former Broncos, brought over by Gary Kubiak, Brock Alexander. Eagles have 57 seconds remaining in the half, and all 3 of their timeouts. Donovan McNabb, 9 of 15, a touchdown pass to Dante Stallworth.
Well, you know, the Eagles are going to try to put a 2-minute drill together. It's something that you don't get a chance to do much in preseason, and they kind of like to start from this end of the field with the screen to Westbrook. Get the ball in his hands, get some blockers out in front, see if they can pick up some big chunk yardage to get it started.
3 wide receivers set from the 20. McNabb steps up and fires, and Stallworth able to make a diving catch for a first down at the 43-yard line.
Stallworth showing great hands today. Left his feet for that one, and it looks like there's an early connection with Dante Stallworth in less than 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, he kept that off the ground. That's a clean catch. Great job of keeping that ball up in the air and allowing him to secure it on the way down.
How about what wide receivers coach David Culley told Dante Stallworth when Stallworth first came in?
Well, yeah, he said that, look, you know, T.O., for everything that we heard about and read about and saw in the papers and the TV last year, he was a professional when it comes to playing a game of football. Professional out there on the field, the way he practiced. So, you know, the only thing Stallworth said, he goes, you know, I don't have touchdown celebrations like T.O. In fact, he said he text messaged Chad Johnson this week to see if he had anything for him. He said, we saw him even today on a touchdown catch. There was no celebration. He said he's just not a creative guy. That's good. He's thinking about the game and scoring touchdowns and not thinking about those celebrations.
That's right. He told us, I'm not creative enough.
Well, I think Chad Johnson is. I think he has. I think all these receivers text each other around the league.
Now the replay officials upstairs are taking a look at that catch just to make sure that it was all right. And now Pete Morelli will take a look at it as well. Under 2 minutes, coaches cannot challenge. Any reviews come from the replay booth.
Well, here it is. I mean, Stallworth gets his hands on the ball, then he tips it up here. That's fine. And then you see he secured. Looks like he secured it. It didn't look like the ball hit the ground at all. It looked like he got underneath it and wrapped it up. Remember, the evidence has to show that the ball hit the ground at some point. I don't think that it does, and if that's the case, he shouldn't overturn this catch.
So it will either be a first down, 1st and 10 at the 43, or a 2nd and 10 back at the 20.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It is a catch.
And I think, Brian, you and I both agree with Pete Morelli.
Well, you know, the big change when replays this year is the referee, in this case Peter Morelli, he's got 60 seconds to make that decision. It used to be 90 seconds. They felt like 60 seconds was enough time to review the different replays of the play.
Sometimes the referees would second guess themselves in their own mind if they had too much time, if they had too many looks at the replays.
Every referee I've seen official this year said, what do you think of my new uniforms? So, you know, you have to give them the obligatory. You know, they're okay. You don't look too fat, too heavy. You look like you're in shape. But these guys really don't want any attention drawn to them. They want to be able to call the game without being mentioned. Got some cold weather uniforms when they get to Lincoln Financial Field, Giant Stadium, Soldier Field come November and December. McNabb with 44 seconds right here. Good field position to work. Seen how it looked like he's got good feel for some of the new receivers right now. I mean, especially Stallworth early on. I watched him in practice on Wednesday, and it was almost like it was T.O. out there. I mean, over half the balls in practice all went to Dante Stallworth. Donovan has an off-season training facility out in Arizona. Hank Baskett went down there and worked out with them this year, trying to build that timing with them. Rookie receiver that they traded for the Minnesota Vikings.
McNabb's numbers today, 10 of 16, 143 yards. Touchdown throw to Stallworth. And the interception by Simmons.
Donovan said that he had the full gamut of offense in. Doesn't matter that one receiver's been here 2 weeks. Got a couple young guys like Hank Baskett in there. New tight end and Matt Schobel. Full offense. I don't know.
The Eagles wondering, Brian, if they get their timeout back because that play was reviewed upstairs. They had 3 timeouts prior.
There was discussion whether Philadelphia should get their timeout restored. However, they ruled a catch with a completed pass. The ruling is completed pass. Philadelphia is still charged a timeout.
So the Eagles called timeout before the play was reviewed upstairs. So the Eagles lose a timeout. They will have 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line with 44 seconds remaining in the half. Three wide receivers set for McNabb from the 43. McNabb steps up and takes off, heading for the sidelines, and he gets out in Houston territory at the Texans 48 after gaining 9 yards.
And that's the old Donovan McNabb right there, and I think we're going to see more of that throughout the year. When the play breaks down and there is no other option, there's no place to go right here, he's healthy this year. He couldn't do that last year. He couldn't get away from a defense, and so he didn't try to. But I think he needs to run more this year to pick up a first down like that in that situation. Keep the sticks moving right here. Work with the new first down.
35 seconds remaining in the half. 2nd down and 1 off the play fake. Pass complete. L.J. Smith. And Smith is tackled inbounds at the 42-yard line. And the Eagles use their 2nd timeout. Clock stops with 26 seconds remaining. This Tuesday at 8, 7 Central, House comes across the strangest case he has ever encountered. Watch the Emmy Award-winning smash hit House, all new at its new time, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central, right here on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised.
#1 network in prime time. A lot of new shows, new lineup this year. David Akers trying to get lined up here, practicing.
Eagles only need to gain about 8 more yards to get into Akers' range.
I thought L.J. Smith should have been able to get out of bounds in that last catch and save a timeout for him. Got to be a little smarter than that.
Eagles down to just 1 timeout. 2nd and 4 from the Houston 42. Stallworth. Split to the right. Top of the screen. Reggie Brown in the slot. Play action. McNabb with loads of time, and he fires downfield looking for Stallworth. He makes the catch inside the Texans' 5-yard line. A 37-yard pass play.
I think there's plays like that that could make them forget all about that other guy that was going to be on our air later today with the Cowboys when you have this kind of speed outside. You can see it's one-on-one right here. He gets Dante Robinson turned all the way around, their best corner. But this is a perfect throw by Donovan. I mean, Robinson has him well covered. That ball cannot be thrown any better than it did to Stallworth. Look at Andy right there. He's moving down the sidelines. I haven't seen Andy move that quickly in a while.
I guess he was watching Nick Saban on Thursday.
He had all that stuff moving up and down with him.
Wanted to make sure the officials heard him.
Well, I think he saw Nick Saban the other night on Thursday night not get that flag out there in time to challenge a play. Wanted to get the officials' attention. Yeah.
No timeouts for the Eagles.
Stallworth right up here at the top.
First and goal from the 5. Play action. McNabb looking end zone. Touchdown. Reggie Brown. So the Eagles capitalize following the big pass play. 37 yards from McNabb to Stallworth. And McNabb finds Brown in the end zone. The Eagles have their first lead.
And I think the Eagles show that they have big play capabilities right now. They went the length of the field there, Kenny. 2 timeouts in 45 seconds. They started that drive with 57 seconds and went right down the field.
Akers adds the extra point. So Donovan McNabb with his second touchdown pass of the first half.
Really good play action pass. Gets set up quickly right here. Just great execution. Good protection. Good ball fake right there. Good job up front by the line. And this is a team, so guys are cheering for everybody else. Here's Stallworth coming over. Wants to give his former SEC compadre a little bit of love. Reggie Brown of Georgia. Dante Stallworth from Tennessee. Stallworth told us something interesting the other day. He said that he thought that there was trade rumors about him from the time that he got to New Orleans. He thought Spurrier wanted to trade for him. In fact, he thought Spurrier was going to trade for him his rookie year. He knew him from Florida, playing against him. So he said those rumors were swirling from the moment he got to New Orleans. Reggie Brown last year led all rookie receivers in the National Football League in receptions and yards. No, it's stuff you get caught up talking. Is he a number 1 receiver? Is he a number 2? I think Andy Reid said he just wants, all he wants is guys that are tough and can catch the ball. And when you think about it, that's what a receiver should be. Go in there to block, go in there to make the tough catch, go over the middle, and then at the end, catch the ball.
And Reggie Brown did exactly that in the end zone to give the Eagles the lead. Derek Lewis on the return for the Texans. And Lewis brought down as he crosses the 25-yard line by Ryan Moats. So look at the second-round pick from a year ago out of the University of Georgia, who caught 4 touchdown passes as a rookie. You ever been to Bora Bora?
No, I haven't. Haven't been that far. I've been to Fiji, been a couple places. Andy Reid said that took the family on a vacation to Alaska. Not a lot of media or press up there to bother him during that vacation.
You don't think they found him up there?
No.
Morency out to the 38 as the first half comes to an end. So a fast start for the Houston Texans, but a big second quarter for the Philadelphia Eagles. Welcome to Philadelphia, Dante Stallworth.
What an introduction. Any questions about this wide receiving core? Donovan said it's going to be a work in progress. We're going to work on this thing. But really, I mean, Labor Day they went to work together. They had a wide receiver, and running back practice. It looks like some of that work that he's had is starting to pay off.
Stallworth, 124 receiving yards in the first half. The Visa halftime report is coming up.
Fox NFL Sundays doubleheader continues. T.O. makes his Cowboys debut as Dallas looks to prove they're the team to beat in the East. But the Jaguars are ready to send a message and show last year's success was no fluke. Fox NFL Sunday continues later today.
FSN Pro Football Preview is back, delivering the news you need to get ready for kickoff. This week on FSN.
Start your day with Good Day. Local news first in the morning. Weekdays starting at 5.
The all-new Acura RDX with real-time traffic.
Undeniable power of Panasonic Plasma. Nothing compares to America's best-selling plasma TVs. Panasonic. Ideas for life.
Hey, man. I got you a McDonald's coffee.
Wow. A large.
Well, any size is 69 cents, so, you know.
Yeah, but you got me a large. That is hug-worthy.
Well,
Hey, you got the coffee. Let me add the sugar. Come here. Hey. Come here. You need this.
Any size coffee, now just 69 cents. Swing by the drive-thru and we'll even add the cream and sugar for you.
Hey, Elsa.
Hey, Zach.
What are you doing?
Just doing some sciencey stuff.
What is this stuff?
It's Power Boost. Gives you burst of speed for faster downloads.
So it makes our already fast stuff
even faster. Did you just eat that?
No.
The all-new Acura RDX with super handling all-wheel drive.
The Visa Halftime Report is sponsored by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Life takes Visa.
Live from Jacksonville is the Visa Halftime Report. Kurt Menefee along with Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. Terry, because it's so hot going without a jacket, but you know what? You're not the only one in street clothes today, are you?
No, I am not. I am not actually.
Hint, hint?
Hint, hint. Of course, yeah. I mean, this guy here.
Go! Segway!
Oh, okay. Oh, I wasn't quite
Steve
sure.
Smith was in street clothes today.
Oh,
not playing for Carolina.
Okay, you know what? I'm new with you. I'm going to pick up with you later. I'm watching this guy. He's in a full uniform. That's Mike Vick rolling out to the left. Then all of a sudden picks up his guy, Michael Jinkson, down the sideline. Beautiful job. 34-yard touchdown. 13-3, and somewhat of a surprise. If you look at last year's scores where Carolina dominated, it's Atlanta 13-3 over Carolina.
Elsewhere, the New Orleans Saints have a 9-0 lead at halftime over the Cleveland Browns. And the Detroit Lions with a new head coach hosting Seattle. Rod Marinelli's team in there and coming up big to begin with, getting the block on the field goal attempt.
Big Sean Rogers.
He's been good at that for a long time. And then Matt Hasselbeck, down 3-0 in the second, looking, scrambling.
To the outside. There's this guy, picks him up down to the... That led to a field goal. No score. 6-3 at this point. It is Seattle over the Detroit Lions.
And Seattle, of course, with the high-scoring offense in the league last year, only 6 points in the first half today.
Now, there's your number one draft choice. That's Mario Williams watching as his quarterback David Carr rolls right, finds Eric Moles. Nice catch, taking in 25 yards out, touchdown 7-0. Houston over the visiting Eagles. And then Donovan McNabb, beautiful play action, nobody down the middle, blown coverage. Dante Stallworth, number 18, the anti-81 of Terrell Owens. There's your touchdown, 42-yarder, 14-10 Eagles over Houston. That in 7-11 go at halftime. Cincinnati, KC, Carson Palmer, Herman Edwards. You saw him, the new coach of the Chiefs. Watch Rudy Johnson of Cincinnati, 22-yard touchdown run. It's Cincinnati at the half, 17-3 now in the third quarter.
Bengals looking to win back-to-back season openers for the first time since '88.
All right, Buffalo going up to New England. Brady back. Patriots. Oh, my God. Hang on, Nelly. Gets hit by Takeo. Spike. Ball pops out. London Fletcher's there. He picks it up, takes it in from 5 yards out. Buffalo up 7-0. Then Anthony Thomas off tackle, turns on the juice. 18-yard touchdown. All Buffalo, believe it or not, in this football game, halftime 17-7.
That's not what you said before. You said London Fletcher is falling down.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There he is. Scott Linehan watching, new coach of the Rams. Sets up good pressure this time. Plummer hit by Leonard. Little fumbles and picked up by Pisa. Tino
Isamoa.
Thank you so much.
Isamoa.
I'll have it down. Nice job. Rams would miss the field goal, though. They're up 3-0. Then Plummer back, throwing off the wrong foot. Don't do that, Jake. That's no good. Rookie corner. Tyhill picks it off, and that's the turnover. That's 3 in the first half. It is Rams over Denver 12-7, and that now at halftime.
Baltimore leading Tampa Bay 17-0. Chris McAllister with a 60-yard interception return off Chris Sims as the Ravens look to blow out the Bucs in that one. And the Jets have a 13-0 lead. Kevin Barlow, in his first game in a Jets uniform, scored on a 1-yard touchdown run. Vince Young, 3 for 4 so far in his NFL debut. All right, we've got Philadelphia and Houston, and you take a look at it. You know, Gary Kubiak coming in, trying to instill some discipline. How much of a difference has he made in the performance of young David Carr?
Well, I think he's instilling some discipline in David Carr, and he's holding him accountable. I think in some circles, they feel like maybe he was a little bit pampered under the prior regime. What you're seeing is more of that Denver stuff, getting him out of the pocket, taking advantage of his athleticism, getting the ball down the football field, protecting him pretty well. And don't you think Philadelphia, Jimmy, is happy to have Dante Stallworth? 124 yards on 4 receptions.
And New Orleans Saints lost Stallworth, but they picked up a player who we said in the pregame show was the best player in the draft, Reggie Bush. They're up 9-0 over Cleveland. Reggie Bush, what's he's done? 51 yards rushing already, and he's got 3 receptions. Sometimes a player like that, a rallying point, for this football team. And Payton doing a nice job.
He's got another half to play, too. You can catch that and your game wherever you are. The second half kickoff on the Visa Halftime Report continues.
Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL.
After all these years, the lost Pharaoh's tomb.
Are you the Guardian?
Nope, I'm Gus, the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania. Nice to see you.
We're here to uncover buried treasure.
Me too, with Jewels of the Nile, the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. A little scratch, and you could win a top prize of $500,000.
How'd you get in here anyway?
Oh, I'm a good digger. Keep on scratching.
The Simpsons just won the Emmy for Best Animated Show, capiche? And tonight at 8, 7 Central, they've got a season premiere you can't refuse.
Please don't have me whacked.
Because The Sopranos' Michael Imperioli and Joe Pantoliano initiate The Simpsons into the family. Mangiare, mi amici.
He's talking like the guy in Fat Albert. Help The
season premiere of The Simpsons at 8, 7 Central, tonight on Fox. Don't forget about it.
My fault!
MacDougall, I've got a brilliant idea. Football with flags.
Flags?
Flags!
Flag football has come a long way. NFL Flag is the #1 football league for boys and girls. Sign up now at NFLRush.com.
Yeah!
Flags?
Flags.
Did you see that?
At the half in Houston, the Eagles lead the Texans 14-10. Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages and a word from your local station.
Jeter and the Yankees battle the hated Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week.
The future of weather is here. Your local first forecast on Fox 29 News.
This is a perfectly good hammer. Nothing wrong with it at all. But if you're gonna frame a house, times have changed. Technology's moved on. That's why my truck is a Toyota Tundra. Tundra's available I-Force V8 engine pumps out enormous power, but doesn't suck fuel like some trucks. And nobody beats Toyota's reputation for quality and reliability. Don't you think it's time to upgrade? Look into a Tundra. Toyota, a smart way to keep moving forward.
Imagine living more with less. With Samsung's new Slim Sliders, it's not that hard to imagine.
Caitlin Gardner is a real Geico customer, not an actor. So to help tell her story, we hired an actor.
My husband totaled our new SUV on my birthday.
But you know, I still love him.
Less than 6 hours after the accident, the Geico claim adjuster was at my house.
Well, I put on some tangerine lip gloss and answered the door.
Geico service turned out to be the best birthday present I could ever want.
I was one lucky woman.
Geico. Real service, real savings.
Mom, what's for dinner?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'm looking. It just hit me. How about a Subway sandwich for dinner?
A big dinner idea is gonna hit you too from Subway restaurants. Like our new sweet onion steak teriyaki. Succulent steak in a teriyaki glaze and sweet onion sauce on freshly baked bread. All with 9 grams of fat. Subway restaurants really does dinner. Subway, eat fresh.
The NFL and television go back nearly 70 years. This season, NFL Network invites you to a new football tradition, Thursday and Saturday night football.
With a telecast you'd expect from NFL Network, made by football people, for football people. Great matchups on the run to the playoffs. Join us for a new football tradition.
It all begins Thanksgiving night, only on NFL Network.
Entertaining first half here in Houston on the opening Sunday of the NFL season. Kenny Albert with Brian Baldinger. Good opening drive for the Texans as they took the early lead, but Brian, a big second quarter for the Eagles.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, McNabb, I think after the interception, really got sharp, and the balls went to Dante Stallworth. It's hard to believe that in 2 weeks these guys could have this kind of connection this early, but right now Dante Stallworth has over half the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles.
124 receiving yards for Stallworth, and the Eagles' first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you know, really, you see him just right there to Westbrook, but right here, a breakdown in the coverage right there. Great play action pass by McNabb, gets the ball down the field. A couple of deep shots to Stallworth, really moved the chains, big chunk yardage. That's what you want from your #1 receiver.
Stallworth making his Eagles debut. His 10th career 100-yard game. Donovan McNabb, 13 of 19. David Carr, good numbers as well, 12 of 15. For the latest in fantasy stats, log on to foxsports.com. Moments ago, the third member of our broadcast crew, Matt Samsell, spoke with Texans first-year head coach Gary Kubiak.
All right, Coach, I want to take you back to the Eagles' last touchdown. The entire coaching staff yelling for a timeout. What happened there?
Well, I mean, we're trying to get one there, but I mean, they did a great job. You know, Donovan made some plays, made a great throw right there, and we just didn't get a stop. So got to keep playing.
Overall, how do you think the team played in the first half?
Oh, we did some good things, but we did some bad things too. And we got to find a way to run the ball and protect our quarterback on offense, and on defense, we got to step up and make some plays.
Thanks, Coach. Kenny, back up to you.
Thanks very much, Matt. Gary Kubiak spent the last 11 seasons as the offensive coordinator in Denver. He joked prior to the season that he would still use the Broncos playbook, just change the cover to a darker shade of blue.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's the second coming of Shanahan. I mean, everything is exactly the same as they did in Denver.
Second half kickoff taken at the 10 by Bruce Perry. And Perry returning at 15 yards out to the 25 before he was tackled by Deshaun Polk.
No, neither team really ran the ball well at all. And neither team wants to come out here and just throw it every down. So really the team that can control this game right now is a team that's going to be able to run the football. I'm sure the Eagles talked about it up front as an offensive line in the locker room at halftime. I'm sure Brian Westbrook would like to get on track.
Westbrook 18 yards on 5 carries in the first half. Stallworth 4 receptions, 124 yards. So McNabb and the Eagles with a 14-10 lead begin the second half from their own 25-yard line. 2 tight ends set. And McNabb pump fakes and now throws, and it was behind the intended receiver Westbrook. As we check out the first half numbers here in Houston.
A lot of big plays. Was a big contributor to the Eagles having 234 yards of total offense. 1 turnover really stalled 1 drive. But you can see the Texans had 1 in the time of possession, but that doesn't mean anything when you're giving up big plays like they did to Stallworth and Reggie Brown.
Now 2nd and 10 from the 25. 3 wide receivers. McNabb just able to get rid of it to Westbrook. And Westbrook picks up a first down and more. Finally forced out of bounds at the 42 after a 17-yard pickup.
Now see that play right there to Westbrook. Talk about the Eagles not being able to run the ball. To Andy Reid, this is a run. This pass is all of about 2 yards. And he's got the horses out in front. He's got Thomas Tapei out there blocking. Baskett's blocking out there, and 17 yards get picked up. But what's the difference if you just throw it to Westbrook like that, 2 yards, get the line out in front of him, or if you hand it off? To him, it's a run.
Westbrook replaced by Buckhalter from the 42 on first down. The give to Correll Buckhalter. Good second effort, gain of 5 out to the 47-yard line. Buckhalter in the first half, 2 carries, 15 yards.
But you know, Buckhalter had a good rookie year. Andy Reid loved his explosion, loved the ability to go to full speed in 2 steps. And then he liked the kid. He just liked his personality and his attitude. He was a hard worker and loved practice. And then he blew out his knee in minicamp. He comes back, has a good year. Then he's on the shelf for 2 years. And really, he only has 255 total carries in 5 years. He doesn't have a full season's of work on his body yet. So he hasn't been beat up much. Just hoping that the patellar tendon holds up this year.
2nd down and 5. Brian Westbrook up the middle. And Westbrook able to gain 3. Out to midfield, setting up a 3rd down and 2. Opening drive of the second half for the Philadelphia Eagles, who scored 2 second-quarter touchdowns. Donovan McNabb, 42 yards to Dante Stallworth, and 5 yards to Reggie Brown.
You know, Andy, you researched all the numbers out there. He said about 90% of the teams win games that are winning at halftime because they control the second half. That's when teams, I mean, he likes to run the ball more with the lead in the second half.
3rd down and 2, the pitch, and Westbrook picks up another first down. Brian Westbrook all the way down to the Texans' 33. He gained 17 more yards.
Well, you can see at halftime, you know, a real effort to get Westbrook the ball in a lot of different ways. You see right here, Mario Williams at the bottom. You see, he hasn't seen that little flip 29 there. That's a play that the Rams brought in when they had the greatest show on turf. The thing about Mario Williams, okay, he's young and he's raw and all that kind of stuff, but he's not a fast twitch guy. He's not a guy like Jason Taylor that can wiggle and make you miss. He's a physical guy looking for collisions. And you saw that right there. The change of direction, not the fastest change of direction of an end in this league.
From the 33 on first down, it's Westbrook up the middle. And following that previous play, the 17-yard gain by Westbrook, you mentioned the Rams, the greatest show on turf. And Donovan McNabb has compared Brian Westbrook to Marshall Faulk. McNabb calls Westbrook the ultimate weapon.
Well, to Marshall Faulk, and I think in New Orleans, they're going to compare Reggie Bush to Brian Westbrook, because that's how they're going to use him. They're going to play him and Deuce McAllister together. In fact, Dante Stallworth was telling us about Reggie Bush. He said he's the real deal. He has no air about him. He doesn't want the attention. Works as hard as anybody in the weight room, doing his assignments in the meeting room. First one in, last to leave.
Stallworth spent the entire training camp as Bush's teammate. McNabb, after a couple of fakes, dumps it off. It's Westbrook again. Westbrook inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown. 31 yards. Brian Westbrook. The Eagles extend their lead.
That was like Westbrook's playbook. That whole drive. And my fantasy pick, I might mention. But that was all a way to get Westbrook away. Watch this. This is almost like another run, another little screen. About a 5-yard route right there, but excellent job by Sean Andrews out there. And now here comes good block right there by Stallworth, or by, I guess that was Tepe out there. His fullback throws a great open field block to get him to the end zone.
And now Akers adding the extra point. Three big plays on that drive by Westbrook. And the Eagles now lead 21-10.
Okay, people, let's gather around. Gather around, if you would, please. Let's bring it in and listen up.
Yeah, let's powwow.
This is Team Communication Week. I want you to think about what that means. You do your job, so I can do my job.
There's an exciting sound in travel. Southwest Airlines Ding. Get exclusive low fares sent directly to your desktop. Deals that are only available for a limited time and only by downloading Ding at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
At what point does a car do more than take you from point A to point B? When does it come to life? When does it become your co-conspirator? When does a car become more than just a car? Introducing the all-new 268 horsepower Toyota Camry. It's time to move forward.
Men of the square table, is it permissible to do this?
That's always funny.
It's idiotic is what it is.
Enough! Overflowing someone's beer is barbaric.
Yeah, he's right. There's thousands of things that make us laugh. Japanese game shows, Undercover Brother on DVD, Jimmy Johnson's hair. None of which waste an ounce of beer.
No wasted beer in the name of humor. Don't. Man law?
Man law. For great taste, there's no debate. Miller Lite. This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
Seven-play, 75-yard drive. Westbrook with 70 of the 75.
Yeah, and, you know, Andy Reid made that change at halftime. Get him involved in his offense to start the third quarter, and that's what they did.
Rock Alexander on the return for the Texans, and he is tripped up as he crossed the 15-yard line by Ryan Moats. Eagles by 11.
September 12th, the sequel to the award-winning LEGO Star Wars video game is finally here. It's all the action of Star Wars combined with the fun of LEGO. LEGO Star Wars 2, the original trilogy video game. In stores September 12th. Rated everyone 10 and up.
Get full from Taco Bell's value menu.
Bruno, what is the holdup?
I'm full.
Not possible. You are hungry, Bruno. 9-time competitive eating champion. You don't get full.
8 half-pound burrito for warm-up.
Hungry Bruno, fool!
Introducing Taco Bell's half-pound value menu lineup. Now fill up on any of 3 hefty half-pound burritos to keep your stomach and your wallet full. Think outside the fun.
Hey, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Oh, and my parents are coming too.
Introducing Red Zone Deep Cleansing Body Wash. The active formula with microbeads. Cleans deep down to the pore.
I thought you said he was a fan.
Old Spice Deep Cleansing Body Wash. Nothing cleans deeper.
I took an NFL player to school. Maybe you can too.
It's the NFL Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Enter at NFLRush.com.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the Taco Bell Big Bell Value Menu. Think outside the bun.
Donovan McNabb, 3 touchdown passes today. Brian Westbrook, 70 yards on the last Eagles drive.
You know, the Houston Texans, all they said was, that's the guy we got to stop. Not in the running game, which he beat him on that 3rd down right there, but in the passing game. And it's the short little quick passes, the screens. It's the quick slants. And then his ability in the open field, he becomes a punt returner in the open field, fouls his blocker so well.
Penalty markers prior to the snap.
Encroachment, number 98, defense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
Mike Patterson.
You know, Andy Reid said, he said that one of his priorities in the offseason, he said he did a bad job last year. Bad job from a standpoint of not giving the defensive coordinator, Jim Johnson, enough to work with. Gave him Darren Howard in free agency at defensive end, drafted Broderick Bunkley and Dewan Ramsey to upgrade the defensive line.
Following the penalty, 1st and 5. Texans start from the 22. The handoff to Lundy. And Lundy able to gain 2 yards out to the 24. Jeremiah Trotter and Dahani Jones on the tackle. A look at defensive coordinator Jim Johnson. Eagles defensive ranking dropped all the way down to 23rd in the league last season.
Well, part of it was that day against Denver at Mile High in Vesco Field when they gave up 49 points to the Broncos and Gary Kubiak that day and almost 600 yards of offense.
2nd and 3. This is Lundy. And Lundy picks up the 1st down.
You know, Gary Kubiak told us, I asked him about the running game, and, you know, in Denver and Atlanta, places that run this zone blocking scheme, they've got smaller offensive linemen, quicker guys. And I said, you don't have small guys. All your guys are big. Charles Spencer's 330 pounds. He said, we're in the elementary phase of this offensive system right now. We're just learning how to do it, learning to get the guys in there.
Off the play fake, Carr with time. And this pass is nearly picked off. Michael Lewis came over the back of Eric Moulds, and 2 penalty markers are thrown.
Eric Moulds was a guy that the Eagles were interested in free agency when it first started this year.
Pass interference, number 32, defense, automatic 1st down.
They were also interested in Javon Walker, former Green Bay Packer.
Andy Reid was trying to make a trade with the Packers. I don't know about that interference. He actually never touched Eric Moulds, just came over the top of him. Packers wouldn't trade with Andy for Javon Walker. They've beaten him 8 times in a row.
Don't help your rivals. From the 42, Carr's pass is caught by Moulds, stretches it across the 45 for a gain of 4 yards.
Well, you know, we've seen David Carr get sacked a few times here today, but we've seen him make some big plays down the field. The Eagles are without Lito Shepherd right now, who's out. So Roderick Hood is in at left cornerback, and, you know, he's not a starter. He's used to playing just in 3rd down situations. You think, let's go after their backups. Let's get more of their cornerbacks on the field and go after them down the field.
X-rays negative on Shepherd's ankle. 2nd and 6. The pitch to Lundy. Lundy, his best run of the day into Eagles territory. He picks up a Texans 1st down, a gain of 11 yards for Wally Lundy.
What's the first time that they pitched the ball to Wally Lundy today? He has the ACC record for number of touchdowns scored in his career, 52 touchdowns at Virginia. He was upset that he wasn't drafted higher. He said he had a plantar fasciitis problem with the bottom of his foot a year ago. One of the reasons why he wasn't drafted higher than the 6th round.
Carr on 1st down, hitting Lundy, penalty marker, as Lundy takes it down to the 40-yard line. We told you a little bit about Lundy earlier. Grew up in the Philadelphia area. Big Eagles fan.
There is no foul on the play from the illegal block in the back as the ball was already in the air. Second down.
Lundy lost both of his parents before he turned 10. When he was 12 years old, he underwent emergency surgery for an intestinal blockage. He was told that if
he lost about 40 pounds.
Yeah, if he had not come in and undergone that surgery, he may have had only a week to live.
Yeah, I mean, he was on his deathbed. He lost one of his brothers. He has 7 brothers. Lost one of his brothers this past year. In fact, at one point.
Now from the 40. Carr under pressure from Javon Curse, and he throws it away.
No, at one point, you know, him and his brothers, 2 older brothers and 1 cousin, they won the state football championship. In fact, the brothers were all 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was their numbers. The 1 Lundy, 2 Lundy, 3 Lundy, 4 all Lundys. Helped winning the state championship.
Said he wore number 4 because he was the youngest.
He was the youngest guy. He was only a freshman on that state championship team. Then he transferred to Holy Cross in Delran, New Jersey. Played there and got a scholarship to Virginia.
Starting on opening day as a rookie. 3rd down and 6. Carr sacked for the 4th time today. Javon Curse coming through, his first sack of the season.
Well, they got a mismatch here. They got Javon Curse matched up against the tight end right here, Jeff Putsier, who's basically a receiver. Got beat right off the snap, and that's what Javon Curse can do. He can beat you off the snap with quickness. And really, with Darren Howard on the other side and Trent Cole, his sack number should go way up this year.
7.5 sacks for Curse last season. Chad Stanley back at his own 35. Brian Westbrook back deep for the Eagles, who lead 21-10. Fair catch called for by Westbrook back at the 8-yard line. A 42-yard punt. Eagles lead by 11.
There she goes. One that got away. You see the way she was looking at me?
You're not going to believe this one. Let me take you back to what happened.
Why do I care? I mean, he's a loser.
I can't believe I won. I can't believe it. I didn't mean to spill coffee. It was hot. How could I blow that?
It's never enough.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you.
Thank you. I'm starving. You want to go, get some Chinese or something like that?
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking. It was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Stop by Radio Shack, your home for Sirius satellite radio, where right now you can pick up a Sirius Sportster replay with Car Kit and start enjoying NFL coverage 24/7, 365 days a year. Only at Radio Shack.
Fox Tuesday at 8/7 Central. It's the strangest case House has ever encountered.
Alien DNA? That is impossible.
But the real mystery is beyond belief.
Are those windows locked?
All new House at its new time at 8/7 Central, Fox Tuesday. Viewer discretion advised.
Back in Houston, a reminder. Tuesdays at 8, 7 Central on Fox. House. Viewer discretion is advised. Eagles start deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line, leading 21-10. Play action, McNabb fires, and the catch is made for a first down by Reggie Brown for a gain of 16 as we check in once again with Chris Rose in Los Angeles. Chris?
All right, Kenny, from Reggie Brown to Reggie Bush, 95 total yards so far. But here it's Kellen Winslow Jr. finally getting the Browns on the board. His first career touchdown reception. This one goes for 18 yards. K2 gets the Browns within 2. Saints still lead it. Back to Kenny and Baldy down in Houston.
All right, thanks very much, Chris. So a big day for Reggie Bush in his NFL debut.
I think there's going to be a lot of big days for Reggie.
Yes. Some trickery. And Westbrook bottled up. Did not fool the Texans. D'Amico Ryans coming up to make the tackle. He had 9 stops in the first half. Brian, what did you think on draft day when the Texans decided to go with Mario Williams?
Well, first of all, I thought Reggie Bush was the greatest college player I've seen in at least 10 years. I mean, maybe Barry Sanders was the last guy I saw that was that devastating. And I'm kind of of the belief that Howie Long, when Howie was talking to the pregame show today, that if you're going to take Mario Williams, I didn't have a problem with that, but get more for the pick. They could have traded down, leveraged the pick for more, and gotten more players. They had so many holes to fill.
2nd and 9. Quick out to Westbrook, and again, did not fool the Texans. Dante Robinson coming up to make the tackle.
See, now, right now, if I was Andy Reid in the play calling, I would use Westbrook as a decoy. Because they've just given it to him 2 times in a row right now, and they're all over him. They know they got to stop Westbrook. So I'd fake it to Westbrook and go someplace else. Get the defense to bite on him. They're all keying on him after that last scoring drive where Westbrook touched it 5 times for 70 yards.
Eagles have not yet down to Dante Stallworth here in the second half.
Now this is the time that you want to see Mario Williams and what he can do. 3rd and long. Let's see if you can get him. He's right there in the middle of the field, middle of the offensive line.
Philadelphia, first team timeout.
With the play clock winding down, the Eagles call timeout.
Hey, Coach, you're a fan of the Coors Light Frost Brew Liner, right?
Darn right.
Wouldn't you say it locks in that Frost Brew taste?
I can say it with confidence.
Coach, would you say the Frost Brew Liner rocks?
I think that's probably as well as I can state it. I don't know.
Every Coors Light can has a specially designed liner to lock in that refreshing frost brewed taste.
Coach, I started lifting again.
Can you tell?
I don't see any changes that would be visible, you know.
So this DirecTV superfan Tchotchke lets you watch an entire game in 30 minutes? There's no shortcuts in football, Buttercup. Football is hard work. And groin pulls.
Every play in 30 minutes. Shortcuts from Superfan, only on DirecTV.
I'm just saying, girl, I am made to order.
Dad? What's going on? First you're selling yourself for $1 and now this?
Stop treating me like I'm on the kids menu.
Whopper Jr. for $1. Bringing some attitude to the BK value menu.
At what point does a car do more than take you from point A to point B? When does it come to life? When does it become your co-conspirator? When does a car become more than just a car? Introducing the all-new 268 horsepower Toyota Camry. It's time to move forward.
Fox NFL Sundays, sponsored by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward. By Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. By DirecTV, there's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV. And by Nike Gridiron, football is everything.
Yeah, you know, on 3rd and 10, this would be a time for Mario Williams to tee off. He plays defensive end in rundowns, and then he goes to defensive tackle here in passing situations.
The Eagles have to get to the 34 for a first down. McNabb can't find anyone downfield. Now dumps it off to L.J. Smith. And he's tackled about 6 yards shy of the marker by Dante Robinson.
Take a look at Mario Williams here in this 3rd down play. They run a stunt here. He gets double teamed here. He goes outside, and then Jason Babin comes inside, and you can see what they did. They double teamed him with L.J. Smith, and then L.J., after he blocks, he's the safety valve for McNabb.
Derek Lewis back deep for the Texans. Dirk Johnson's punt, and a fair catch at the 37-yard line. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's the Eagles 21, the Texans 10.
Can anyone tell me what happened to Napoleon when he tried to invade Russia?
Brian.
Hey, Ryan.
Somebody's going to get their first loss here tonight. It's not going to be us, is it? No, sir! Take a knee.
We can take them.
It's all you, Ryan.
Got 22 wide cross. Be open, Ryan. Gotcha.
Fourth down, last chance for the Hawks.
Blue 80. Eye the ball, Ryan. Green in, try to go. Come on, Ryan.
Playing catches fire, you got three choices. Burn with it all the way to the ground, jump in several thousand feet, or you can take the quick way out.
Fly Boys, rated PG-13, starts September 22nd.
Welcome back to Houston. First Sunday of the NFL season. A reminder coming up next on Fox, the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Game 2 of our Fox doubleheader. Good field position for the Texans, trailing 21-10 from the 38. David Carr complete to Andre Johnson, and Johnson is wrestled down by Brian Dawkins at the 43 after a gain of 5 yards.
You know, after being around the Texans this week, Kenny, I mean, Gary Kubiak and David Carr constantly talk about the system. And the system comes from Denver, and that is being a zone running team. You run stretch zone, you run stretch, and then you come out with the bootleg, and you move the quarterback like they did with Plummer, like they did for so long with Elway. And you get the quarterback mobile and move it.
From the 43, Carr tripped up, gets back up, and then goes down. That's not part of the Denver system.
That's not part of the system right there. That's another sack right there, and that's on David Carr. But the third part of the system, Kenny, is what John Elway talked to David Carr about at a golf tournament this year. He just trips here coming back. See if he hits his own man. That was the first play of the series to Andre Johnson. But the third part is just the number of plays that you have to digest every week. Never running the same game plan 2 weeks in a row.
They're down in 13. Carr's pass tipped at the line. And for the record, Brian, Elway beat Carr by 2 strokes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what John Elway would say about that last series, because that wasn't an Elway-like series right there.
Gary Kubiak backed up John Elway in Denver and then spent 11 years as the offensive coordinator.
Well, you know, he was drafted in the 8th round by Denver, wore number 8. In the year that he was drafted, Elway was traded from the Baltimore Colts to the Denver Broncos and was a backup his career.
Westbrook across the 25, tackled at the 28-yard line by Deshaun Polk. Eagles get the ball back, leading by 11.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike you feel like you're there.
You mean I'm not there?
You're in your living room, Dan.
Oh.
With Samsung LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
When bold taste gets together with a clean finish, everybody has a good time. Budweiser Select. Brewed longer for a taste like no other.
Cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here.
You don't know what we can find. Why don't you come with me now? On on a magic carpet ride. Close your eyes.
Now there's a new Frescata at Wendy's. The new Frescata Italiana. Like all genuine Italian sandwiches, it's served on freshly baked artisan bread, topped with real Genoa salami, lean ham, natural Swiss, roasted peppers, and sun-dried tomato vinaigrette. For an Italian original, go to Wendy's and do what tastes right.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike, it's like you're at the game.
I love the smell of a grass field.
That's your lawn, Troy. With Samsung DLP, it's not that hard to imagine.
Take a look at what was going on in the last time out. The Eagles have a system in place. They got leadership right there. The other team, Gary Kubiak and the Houston Texans, are trying to build a foundation. They're trying to get to where the Eagles have been right now. So you see Kubiak talking to the offensive line, and you see McNabb loose. He goes, I just want to smile and have fun and enjoy myself with my teammates out here. And that's what Gary Kubiak is trying to build it, because they are completely rebuilding this thing from what Dom Capers did the first 4 years.
Now the Eagles start at their own 27-yard line. On first down, the give to Westbrook. And he gains just one out to the 28 as we check in once again with Chris Rose. Chris?
All right, Kenny, a scary sight in Kansas City. Trent Green trying to find the first down. Gets crushed by Robert Gathers. No penalty called on the play as Green lay motionless. He has been carted off and replaced by Damon Heward. We will update you throughout the game. Back to Kenny and Brian.
Wow, and Trent Green today, Brian, making his 100th career start.
Yeah, I mean, 5 straight years in Kansas City lined up, the only quarterback to line up there to start games.
Second down and 9. Off the play fake. McNabb can't find anyone downfield. Now he throws, and the pass is short, intended for Reggie Brown. So third down and 9 coming up.
What you have to do here is when the play breaks down, you've got to break down as a receiver. He's working on Dante Robinson on the outside. Okay, McNabb's now in trouble. He's got to come back to that football now. We've seen that earlier today. Come back and help out your quarterback. Now, it wasn't a great throw, but the receiver has got to help out his quarterback and come sprinting back to the football and get into his vision.
Is that something Donovan will talk about in the huddle, or will he wait for practice this week?
No, I think they'll point it out in the meeting. He'll probably talk to him on the sideline about it. They'll go on to the next play here. But, yeah, I mean, it's a young player that's got to learn how to do that.
Third down and 9. And that is the first catch of the second half made by Dante Stallworth, and it looks like he picks up the first down.
I think that today we can put all those things we used to hear a coach speak about. Oh, you got to build timing, and you need off season. You got to build continuity with your receivers and the quarterbacks. These guys never met each other, and in 2 weeks they look like they've been playing together in this offense for the last 5 years.
Fifth catch of the game for Stallworth.
Really, I mean, the receiving core of this Eagles team was called into question throughout preseason. Who's going to take over? Who's going to step up? Well, today, Stallworth stepped up. Now, Donovan told us today it could be Stallworth. Next week it could be Reggie Brown. He doesn't have any favorites. You know, whoever gets open is going to get the ball. And he said he wants to get as many guys involved in the offense as he can. Under McNabb, I mean, the most receptions ever by a receiver was T.O. 2 years ago with only 77 catches.
5 today for Stallworth. First and 10 from the 37. Out to the 42-yard line. Brian Westbrook. Orland Greenwood made the tackle, a teammate of Donovan McNabb at Syracuse. Westbrook able to pick up 6 on first down. And, you know, you look at the group of young receivers. 5 receivers on the Eagles roster, 4 active today. Coming into the game, they caught a total of 114 passes as Philadelphia Eagles. Total.
Yeah, I mean, young and inexperienced, but playing big today.
Second and 5, Westbrook. Another first down, Brian Westbrook. Into Texans territory, 13 more yards down to the Texans 45.
Eagles starting to call more runs here. You know, Andy said, you know, when you get that lead in the second half, he goes, you run the ball more. Watch on the outside here. Watch this line get sealed that time by the tight end, new tight end, Matt Schobel coming in. Eagles have upgraded a lot of positions here. Sean Andrews on that right side with Runyon. not many defensive backs that want to see Westbrook coming right at him like that at eye level in the open field.
Now Buckhalter, the lone back from the 45. This is Buckhalter, and he gains 3. Mario Williams in on the tackle.
No, that
Corell Buckhalter.
No, the center in there right now is Jamal Jackson, and it's just a great story. I mean, he's a kid that came out of Miami High School, Miami, Florida, had problems getting into schools, went to Delaware State, graduated in 3.5 years. Very smart kid. You know, and for the Eagles, he was a free agent, undrafted 3 years ago, practice squad. He was on injured reserve. And he started last year against the Cowboys, and they haven't been able to get him out of there since. Beat out Hank Fraley this year. Got shipped off to Cleveland.
From the 42. On 2nd and 8, this is Westbrook. Turns the corner and picks up yet another Eagles first down. Forced out of bounds at the Houston 33 after gaining 9.
Yeah, watch him follow Jamal Jackson here. Watch Jamal get out here and pull around the outside. And he leads this way right here. He picks off D'Amico Ryans, the middle linebacker. And, you know, under Andy Reid in 8 years, Kenny, they've never had a drafted center play for him. You know, when he first came, it was Bubba Miller. You know, and then Bubba moved on, and then it was Hank Fraley for a number of years, and now it's Jamal Jackson. And behind him, one of the surprise guys in camps this year was an undrafted center, Nick Cole. And he said could play a lot of positions on his team.
Jamal Jackson, new contract, new twin daughters, and a starting job in Philadelphia. 3/4 of the books. Eagles leading the Texans 21-10.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Everything you need, always local first. Good Day Philadelphia on Fox 29.
The undeniable power of Panasonic Plasma. Nothing compares to America's best-selling plasma TVs. Panasonic. Ideas for life.
Now, at your Quality Plus Ford dealer, you can get any new 2006 Ford vehicle with 0% financing. That's right, 0% interest on new 2006 Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Or you can get up to $6,000 cash back. Either way, you'll also get a 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain coverage plan. But hurry, these incredible offers won't last long. Visit your Quality Plus Ford dealer and see why more people have chosen Ford in 2006 than any other brand in America.
Who will believe millions of tiny mirrors can put you in a gigantic stadium? Or on a far-off planet? Or here? Or that so much color will make you think that you are actually there? Who will believe this thing inside? Soon, everyone. It's amazing. It's the mirrors.
HDTV powered by DLP. See how millions of tiny mirrors make the picture amazing.
Yes, I do.
The Philadelphia Eagles looking to erase memories of the 2005 season. Off to a good start. Donovan McNabb, 3 touchdown passes. Big days for Brian Westbrook and Dante Stallworth. There is Westbrook, and he is forced back on the first play of the 4th quarter.
Now just looking down there in the middle of that young defense. I mean, D'Amico Ryans, a 2nd-round pick out of Alabama. He was the SEC Player of the Year, made that tackle along with Mario Williams. And that's the foundation that they're trying to build around right now, trying to create this nucleus. D'Amico had 7 tackles in the first half, and when you watch him on tape, Kenny, he's just a fluid athlete. They started him at weak side linebacker initially in camp, and he had injuries. They moved him to the middle, and they're just going to leave him in the middle.
From the 32, play action on 2nd and 9. And McNabb finds a wide open L.J. Smith down at the Texans 21, gain of 11, an Eagles first down.
You know, and I think years ago, Donovan would have just pulled that ball down and run, and you don't see him run as much anymore because he has such confidence that he can find the open receiver and trusting his offensive line to protect him like that. And that's what that was. He had enough time right here. He didn't get out of the pocket, didn't panic. Look at him scanning the field. And this is him just spreading the ball around, finding L.J. Smith there.
Timeout called by the Eagles. They've used 2 here in the second half. Terrific day for McNabb.
All right, let's do this.
93, 94, 95.
Come on, man.
96.
Live NFL. Drink Diet Pepsi.
He popped another one.
Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves. They happen every day.
Hey, guys! Remember me? Pella double hung windows! Hey! Great work! Hey, thanks. Hey! Hey, how are you guys? Good.
Thanks, window guy.
At Lowe's, our professional installers do the kind of job you'll appreciate long after they leave your home.
My wife loves the storm doors.
Lowe's, let's build something together.
Come to Lowe's and get 10% off all installed carpet plus free carpet pad.
Fox NFL Sundays, sponsored by Ford. Bold moves, they happen every day. By Lowe's, for all your home improvement needs, Lowe's. Let's build something together. By Samsung, the official HD TV of the NFL. And by Diet Pepsi. Live NFL, drink Diet Pepsi.
Back in Houston, Kenny Albert, Brian Baldinger. Eagles leading the Texans 21-10. 3 touchdown passes today for McNabb. From the 21, pump fake. Now looking for Hank Baskett. Baskett, the rookie out of New Mexico, originally signed with Minnesota and then traded to the Eagles, and they have high hopes for Hank Baskett.
Well, Andy really likes this kid. I mean, he's working on the outside against their best cover. Little double move there on Dante Robinson, and just didn't locate the ball fast enough. But he's the son of an Air Force retiree. 30 years his father was in the Air Force. He's a military kid. He's precision. He's on time. And Andy loves his athletic ability. Great leaper. Big, tall guy. Traded away Billy McMullen for him in preseason.
3 wide receivers, and now McNabb uses the Eagles' final timeout. So the Eagles are out of timeouts. 2nd and 10 coming up from the Texans' 21-yard line. Well, Tuesday night after an all-new house, watch the FBI's top negotiators working on and off the streets. It's the biggest new drama of the season, Standoff. All new Tuesday at 9, 8 Central, right here on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, let me ask you this, Brian. I get to work with the multi-talented, multifaceted Brian Baldinger. I was reading an article you wrote during the week. Not only do you analyze games on television, but you do a lot of writing, and you wrote that Donovan McNabb is the best quarterback in the NFC.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, you might get people in Seattle with Matt Hasselbeck questioning that. Maybe Bill Parcells and Drew Bledsoe later today might have something to say about it, but all the way around, I think he's the best quarterback in this conference.
Here's McNabb, pump fake on 2nd and 10. Can't find anyone. Down he goes. Back at the 24-yard line, a loss of 3.
Well, I mean, Donovan's job is to get the ball to the receiver. So today he's got 8 to the wide receivers. A big day to Dante Stallworth and to Reggie Brown. He's hit the tight ends, L.J. Smith 5 times, and then Westbrook and the others and the running backs there. So he's getting the ball around to a lot of different guys. And at the end of the season, you know, it's no telling who could lead this team in receptions. It could be Stallworth, by what we've seen today. It could be Westbrook. It could be L.J. Smith. It could be Reggie Brown. If they're in the playoffs, nobody's going to care.
7 different Eagles have caught passes today. From the shotgun on 3rd and 13. McNabb looking for Stallworth, and it is broken up by Lewis Sanders.
Great play by Sanders. Great play by Sanders. A little limp there at the end, but he undercut Stallworth. Like Stallworth, he really kind of got cut off there. It was a great job by Sanders not letting him get inside. McNabb was throwing it to a spot, and Sanders never let Stallworth get to that spot.
David Akers out to attempt a 42-yard field goal, working with a new holder this season. Longtime holder Coy Detmer was released, so Dirk Johnson, the punter, puts it down. And Akers kick off the right upright and then through.
Did you hear a doink there? I think I did.
So Akers gets the bounce off the upright and extends the Eagles' lead.
Going all Eagles' way.
With more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher than Ford F-Series.
Hey, Jack. Dad? That looks like my old truck. Well, now it's your new truck.
Bold moves. They happen every day.
Coach, have you seen this Coors Light Gridiron cooler box? All you gotta do is add ice. Pretty good, huh?
Brilliant, not just good, brilliant.
Coach, how many players would you trade for a cooler box?
9 of them. Both tackles, tight end, 1 guard, quarterback, running back, both receivers, and then a backup guy.
The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box, a case of go-anywhere plastic bottles and a ready-made cooler.
Coach, I'm thinking of coming to training camp next year.
You're spinning your wheels. Don't make the trip.
Freshly baked artisan bread, real Genoa salami, lean ham, sun-dried tomato vinaigrette. Introducing Wendy's Frescata Italiana. For an Italian original, go to Wendy's and do what tastes right.
On game day, what's inside will change this place. Colors will be newer, things will be clearer, real will be realer.
Realer.
When the big men play, you'll see it all again for the very first time. Look.
Whoa.
It's amazing. It's the mirrors.
HDTV powered by DLP. See how millions of tiny mirrors make the picture amazing.
Back in Houston with the Eagles leading 24-10 early 4th quarter following the 42-yard field goal by David Akers. The first game of the Gary Kubiak era, and the Eagles outgaining the Texans by a wide margin.
Took them a little while to warm up, but boy, have they gotten hot here in South Texas.
Brock Alexander injured on that last return, so Lundy brings this one out. Wally Lundy out across the 20 to the 22. Omar Gaither made the tackle on special teams, an 18-yard return. Once again, Tuesday night after an all-new house, watch the FBI's top negotiators work it on and off the streets. It's the biggest new drama of the season, Standoff. All new Tuesday at 9, 8 Central, right here on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah, well, what do? You set your TiVo to that, Kenny, or are you home for that one?
I'll be home for that one.
There you go.
Tuesday night. Can't wait for Prison Break tomorrow.
Oh, man, the 4th episode. That is addictive.
One of the best shows on television. Here's Carr from the 22. Pass is caught by Moulds. And Eric Moulds is tackled at the 30-yard line after a gain of 8.
They're going to a hurry-up offense right now, knowing that they're down 2 touchdowns. They have to score here, trying to take advantage of whatever time they can.
On 2nd down and 2, Lundy picks up the first and a little bit more. Down to the 37. Gain of 7. Brian Dawkins finally brought him down.
Now, this isn't a 2-minute drill. This is kind of a speed offense where Carr can call things at the huddle, at the line of scrimmage or in the huddle.
Now the Texans huddling up.
Remember now, the Eagles have rotated their defensive line throughout the day. The second-team defensive line is in there right now. Everybody is fresh. It's part of the Eagles' new system this year.
Andre Johnson picks up the first, his 6th catch today. Gain of 13. And Andre Johnson hits the 100-yard mark. 101 yards on 6 receptions for Johnson. Carr off his back foot. Lundy was met immediately by the Eagles linebacker Matt McCoy.
Yeah. Matt McCoy has a few screws loose. I mean, you know, they drafted him. He's not a big guy, but they drafted him because he's very physical and tough. They don't really know what they're going to get. I mean, I guess if there's a weakness on this defense, it's the linebackers. They want these guys to make more plays. That's a play. That's a play by McCoy to read that screen, snuff it out, and time the hit like that. They want to see the ball get knocked out. They want some interceptions, some forced fumbles. That's what they want from this linebacker.
Empty backfield, 2nd and 10. Carr that time looking for the tight end, puts here. Incomplete. Setting up 3rd and long. So McCoy's a couple of screws loose.
I'm being nice about it. You know, I mean, the players don't know how to handle that guy in the locker room. I mean, he's just crazy, good crazy. Now that you want it linebacker, I mean, he'll go run and hit anything.
You ever play with anybody like that?
Yeah, sure. You know, down in Dallas, Randy White didn't have all the screws. I mean, he's up in Dallas. They weren't all there. That guy would hit anything that moved.
He's also in Canton.
Yeah, he is. Deserved it. First ballot.
3rd down and 10. Carr steps up, has some room, picks up the 1st down inside the Eagles 35. 16 yards for David Carr. Last season, only Michael Vick outgained Carr on the ground among NFL quarterbacks.
Well, one of the reasons why he was the first pick in the draft 5 years ago was he is a very good athlete, and he's very fast. You know, and when you win 2 games, those kind of things never get mentioned, that he's an athlete, that he could scramble, he can pick up yards. I think he has to help this offense out and get 2 or 3 first downs a game like that.
3 wide receivers from the 34 of the Eagles. Carr fires, pass is caught by Moulds, and Eric Moulds takes it down to the Eagles' 23-yard line. Has another Texans first down.
You know, as this thing grows in Houston here, they've never had a complimentary receiver to Andre Johnson like Eric Moulds, a guy that can win his one-on-one battles, that can draw double teams, and so they're going to be much more effective. Here they are on the same side of the field in this play.
The give to Lundy, and he takes it down inside the 20 to the 19. Gain of 4 as we check in once again with Chris Rose at the Fox Network Center.
All right, Kenny, the other team in the state of Texas ready to show off their prize free agent signing. Terrell Owens. Yeah, he has the blue Cowboys uniform on. He's going to make his regular season debut against Jacksonville. Most of you will see that game as after the Eagles and Texans. Back to you, Kenny.
All right, Chris, it's coming up with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman from Jacksonville. Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars next on Fox. 2nd and 6. Carr again looking for the tight end. Put Sear, Michael Lewis on the coverage.
You know, I mean, when you talk about Terrell Owens, you get a lot with the package. But one thing that all the players will always tell you is he's a gamer. When the game is on, he can go play. And I think Bill Parcells is put in a tough position this preseason because he can't challenge a guy that he doesn't know. Is the hamstring hurt? Is he just dogged? I mean, Terrell Owens never dogged it. I mean, he missed time because he's getting older. He's got to take care of his body, and he needed the rest to go out there and put it all on game day.
Timeout called by the Texans. 9.5 remaining, 4th quarter. Texans on the move, trailing by 2 touchdowns.
UPS, covering more of Europe before noon than anyone.
UPS, covering more ground faster than ever.
Looking for something.
Where's the gold?
I got tired of people taking it. So I got a Visa check card. And if this gets stolen, I'm not liable for any fraudulent charges. And I get all that money back.
Give me it.
No.
Give me the card.
No. Oh, look, a unicorn.
The Visa check card. Safer, better money. Life takes Visa.
These men of steel, forged out of sweat and strife. On an overcast day, the quest began.
We're in our house. Nobody comes into our house. But what if you don't live near your team's house? Then you have to have DirecTV, because it's the only way you get an NFL Sunday ticket and follow your team, no matter where you live. Let's go. Physical on 3. 1, 2, 3. Physical.
Buy NFL Sunday ticket. Get 4 months of our best programming package for free. There's good TV, there's better TV, and then there's DirecTV.
Jeter and the Yankees battle the hated Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball returns this week.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Third down and 6 for the Texans. Carr directing traffic. And he picks up the first down. Well, on second thought, he stepped out of bounds. He thought he had the first down, but he stepped out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
That leads to a big decision. Kubiak here, I think, is going to go for it. They're down 2 touchdowns. Their home opener, trying to put this foundation together right here. I think he's sending a message to a team that we're going for the wins.
Stepped out right there.
Stepped out a little bit.
At the 17, so the Texans going for it on 4th and 4. They have to get to the Eagles' 13. Short drop, and the pass batted down by Sean Considine.
Well, Considine is a guy that the Eagles have been trying to get onto the field, and they came with pressure after David Carr, and he got his hands up and batted the ball down. Here's Considine coming on the outside, untouched, just timed that blitz perfectly. Gets right into the vision of David Carr here. First ball he's had batted down today.
Second-year safety out of Iowa, who played in 6 games last year. And you're right, every defensive coach and even some of the players we spoke to with the Eagles, they said we have to get this guy on the field.
Well, they've created a new defense, a 4-1-6 defense with Sean Barber at linebacker and Brian Dawkins at linebacker, and they get Considine playing safety.
Give to Westbrook on first down. Under 9 minutes remaining, 4th quarter. Eagles in control, leading 24-10. 3 touchdown passes for Donovan McNabb, including one to the newest Eagle, Dante Stallworth, who has gained 133 receiving yards. 3 tackles for the Texans' first overall draft pick, Mario Williams.
Well, you know, if you're a fantasy league player and there's millions out there and you're scratching your head, what do we do with Stallworth? He's just there. I mean, he can't possibly have great connection with McNabb. There'll be a lot of people who are going to make some trades this week to go get Stallworth.
Absolutely. 2nd and 10. McNabb to L.J. Smith. And he gains 5 before he was upended by Dante Robinson.
I think L.J. Smith is a little excited today. Rutgers Scarlet Knights yesterday won 133-0. All these guys love college football. You know, a big college football game yesterday right up I-45 in Austin. So big victory for Ohio State. We were talking to Donovan McNabb yesterday when Syracuse was playing, kind of following what the Orangemen were doing.
McNabb on 3rd and 5, and the catch is made for a first down by Stallworth. Gain of 8. So the Eagles move the chains as the clock continues to run.
Kenny, I think that Stallworth has caught just about every kind of pass that Donovan can throw. I mean, that was just a tight slant right there in traffic. And Stallworth, I think they'll get to know this guy, but he's very strong. And he's a rare wide receiver in that he's got, here he is just running the slant. He gets inside Sanders, uses his body, very strong, and gets his body between the defense and the ball.
They gave out first down to Westbrook. That last reception by Stallworth, he has now tied his career high with 141 yards receiving in today's game.
I think it's interesting, you know, he wears 18, just the reverse of T.O., and I think he's the anti-T.O. You know, he doesn't know how to celebrate. You know, he's never been a me guy. He's obviously going to be a go-to guy here, their deep threat, all those kind of things. And he chose 18 because that's the number he wore in high school. He said he always wanted to wear 18, and 83 was taken here, the number he wore in New Orleans, so he went with his high school number.
Greg Lewis wears 83 in Philadelphia, and there's Lewis.
Yeah.
And he picks up the first down out of the 41 as we approach 6 minutes on the clock. Dallas and Jacksonville coming up on Fox. What's coming up for the Eagles? Well, our pregame show will head to Lincoln Financial Field next Sunday as the Eagles host the Giants. Then they will travel out to San Francisco. 4 of the first 6 games for the Eagles. You see last year's records next to each opponent. 4 of their first 6 against last place clubs from 2005. Eagles finished in last in the NFC East with their 6-10 record. From the 41 on first down, this is Buckhalter. And Brian, this the first regular season weekend of the Roger Goodell reign. Only the 3rd commissioner the last 46 years following Paul Tagliabue's 17-year run. And in use for the first time this weekend, the balls, which include Roger Goodell's signature.
Yeah, Roger right here. Ball for 17 years. You know, the other change here with that football is the quarterbacks can use their footballs during the week this year. You know, you used to take the football out of the box. It was hermetically sealed. Nobody was allowed to touch it. And the ball would be real slippery to start games, and the ball was slipping out of quarterback's hands.
On 2nd and 8. Buckhalter is tackled by the combination of Ryans and Orr.
You know, I mean, and Donovan knew this as well as anybody. In fact, it was started, really the whole impetus was started by Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. They wanted to say, look, you know, there's a film that is over these balls. They're sealed. They're in these plastic bags in these boxes, and they never could use them until they got to the stadium that day. Now they can, you know, the pressure has to be within a certain amount, but they can use them in a pregame. They can use them during a week a little bit and break them in. Donovan knows this as well as anybody playing basketball at Syracuse. He said it was the same thing with basketballs. They would be real slippery because they were brand new.
Number 43. Greg Lewis has another Eagles first down. And you may have noticed the official game balls are once again named the Duke in honor of late Giants owner Wellington Mara. And the NFL had ordered 5,000 Paul Tagliabue signed footballs just in case the new commissioner was not in place by the start of the regular season. So the NFL, along with the Players Association, will donate those 5,000 extra footballs signed by Paul Tagliabue to high schools around the country, with an emphasis on Gulf Coast schools recovering from Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah, you know, it all starts with the football. I mean, you're looking at equipment and all that kind of stuff. It always starts, you know, nobody ever has enough footballs to practice with and to kick and play with.
That pass short, intended for Dante Stallworth, who has enjoyed catching those Roger Goodell signed footballs here today.
Tell you, that's the first slip up in the honeymoon today right there. I mean, the honeymoon has been on all afternoon, and that's the first case of the drops or the yips that Stallworth has shown. Probably the easiest catch that Donovan, or easiest ball that Donovan has thrown. Maybe it was all that talk about Roger Goodell and the new footballs. Yeah, Donovan knows he's going to need them. He's going to need them next week against the Giants. Giants last year went from last to first, reversing their position in the NFC East.
Something the Eagles hope to do this year. From the 49, Buckhalter. Inside the 45, the 40. Still on his feet. And finally tackled at the Texans' 29.
That's, you know, after 2 years of being on the shelf and questioning himself whether he could do it, whether he could come back from 2 major patella tendon surgeries, that's got to be a great feeling. Running through tackles here in the fourth quarter as they try to melt the clock and get out of Houston with their first win. All that work right there in the last 2 years just is paying off.
20-yard run for Buckhalter. First and 10 from the Texans 29. Here's Buckhalter again. Obviously, the Eagles will have their work cut out for them next week against a Giants club that will host the Indianapolis Colts tonight.
Yeah, you know, the Manning Bowl is on tonight, but really this was a good tune-up for that game. I mean, you know, everybody's nervous the first game of the season. Nobody's played 4 quarters. Preseason was on. This is a good warm-up here for the Giants next week in Philly for their home opener.
Texans call timeout. 2:12 remaining.
With Budweiser Select, beer has come a long way. We search out the finest ingredients over 2 continents to give it a bold taste. Then we brew it longer for a smooth finish. Never before has beer been made like this. Never has one tasted like this. Budweiser Select.
Expect more. Expect everything.
Cause there's a party over here, so you might as well be here with the people care. Don't hold back.
Ford Super Duty, the most capable pickup in America. Bold moves. They happen every day.
Tonight, starting at 8, Fox rewrites history with the 4 fathers of comedy.
We don't wear wigs like those sissy colonial guys.
4 premieres.
We're gonna control the world. We're China, right?
1 monumental night.
Get back in here and love me!
And we mean big.
That's right, baby. Size 13. Size 5, please.
The Simpsons, American Dad, Family Guy, and The War at Home.
We are endowed with certain unalienable rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of inexpensive domestic beer.
Oh, wait, it was a twist off.
The 4 fathers of comedy.
All men are created equal.
Lady, man. Lady, man.
All new episodes start tonight at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Second and 5 for the Eagles. 2:22 remaining. They lead 24-10 here in Houston. McNabb to the fullback, Thomas Tapei, who missed all of last season following hip surgery. And Tapei is close to another first down.
Well, just to get another guy involved, I mean, he beat out Josh Perry for that fullback job, and Andy didn't want to have Perry beat out. Tapei's got to prove that he can do what Perry used to be able to do.
Perry now a Seattle Seahawk as we hit the 2-minute warning in Houston.
Fox NFL Sunday is sponsored by the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
I was making room for my daughter's swing set.
I was playing in the dirt.
I was taking the ponies out for a ride.
When you hit that 250,000-mile mark, you'll remember exactly where you were in a Ford F-Series. Because with more trucks on the road with 250,000 miles than any other brand, there's nothing tougher.
Here at the Chic Shave Lab, we have been testing the new Chic Quattro Titanium in simulated social environments to see if it really is off the easy.
3, 2, 1.
Off the easy, indeed.
New Chic Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation than the leading brand. It's the only razor with 4 advanced blades made with titanium.
New Chic Quattro Titanium, the power of 4 meets titanium.
Three screens, wireless, broadband, and TV are coming together. Another innovation from AT&T, helping you make the most of your world. The passion to invent, the drive to deliver. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Coming up following the Eagles and the Texans, the AT&T Game Break Show with Kurt, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy, which will include bonus coverage of Reggie Bush and the New Orleans Saints as they take on the Cleveland Browns. A look at Bush's numbers today.
Yeah, not a bad all-around day. Not a bad all-around day so far for Reggie. Game into balance right now. Late in the fourth quarter.
Saints up by 5.
You know, it's going to be that Sam Bowie, Michael Jordan thing going on here in Houston. You know, Sam Bowie was the first pick. Jordan was the second one year. Same thing with Bush and Mario Williams here.
3rd down and 1, and Thomas Tapeh looks to have the first down for the Eagles. Timeout called by the Texans. Coming up Saturday on Fox, many of you will see the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, plus other regional action. Check local listings for the game and time in your area. Phillies will visit the Astros here in Houston, and the White Sox will take on the A's. Phillies now 2 out in the wild card as Dontrell Willis threw a complete game 3-hit shutout. Marlins over the Phillies 3-0. And the Astros trailing Milwaukee 3-0 in the 6th inning. Astros 3 behind San Diego.
You see the Astros hanging in there. Phillies beaten by the Marlins today, and Dontrell Willis. L.J. Smith limping off the field right here. Good day for L.J. Smith. Catch him. I'll tell you a guy who's excited to be here in Philadelphia is the defensive line coach, Pete Jenkins. This is after coaching in college for 34 years. He's the Eagles' new defensive line coach. He's here at his first NFL game ever. Never been there as a fan, as a coach at any level.
Coached most recently at LSU for Nick Saban back in the 2002 season. So after 34 years, as you mentioned, in the college ranks, at his first NFL game.
Well, you know, Tommy Brazier was the defensive line coach for years under Andy Reid, and he retired, and Andy was looking for defensive line coaches, and he called him up one morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, him and the offensive line coach Juan Castillo. He coached Juan in college, and so called him up at 4 o'clock in the morning. He thought he was joking. Like, what are you waking me up for here? He goes, I want you to coach my defensive lineman. He goes, you're the guru. Why do I want anybody else to coach mine? Well, let's get the guy that coached everybody else.
Pete was enjoying retirement, had coached at 9 different colleges. And now with the Texans out of timeouts, the Eagles will run out the clock. Over 400 yards of total offense for the Eagles today. Dante Stallworth, 6 receptions, 141 yards. 157 total yards for Brian Westbrook. And we talked about the Eagles opening up with 4 of their first 6 games against teams that finished in last place, but a tough test against the Giants next week before the Eagles travel out to San Francisco. While the Texans, all they have to look forward to next week are the Colts in Indianapolis. Eagles leading 24-10, 3 touchdown passes today for Donovan McNabb, and a terrific job by our entire crew, led by producer Pete Macheska. And we wish Pete luck over the remainder of the baseball season into the playoffs and the World Series. Our director, Michael Frank, associate director, Judy Wong, broadcast associate, Chirag Devaskar, our technical producers, Dan Rattante and Pete Chalveras. Pre-game show produced by Scott Ackerson, directed by Bob Levy, the associate director, Stephanie Medina. The senior vice president of production is Jack Simmons. The senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown, and the executive producers are Ed Gorin and David Hill. Eric Merlis crunching the numbers for us today, along with Robbie Inspikowski, our spotter. Rick Camps down in the truck. Big day on Fox, pregame on the road with Joe Buck and the gang in Jacksonville. Kurt Menefee at halftime, Chris Rose in L.A. And coming up on Fox, bonus coverage of the Saints and the Browns, and then the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eagles win their season opener. There's Dante Stallworth, all smiles, ties his career high with 141 yards as the Eagles win it by the score of 24-10. So for Brian Baldinger, Matt Samsell, and our entire crew, this is Kenny Albert saying so long from Reliance Stadium in Houston, where the Philadelphia Eagles defeat the Houston Texans 24-10. We now send you to Kurt Menefee and the gang down in Jacksonville.